Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing? Hope we're all good wherever you are, all over the world. And yeah, good morning, good afternoon. Just thought I'd jump on people. Um, Slept a little bit, but I thought I'd have a talk about Arsenal, ruthless Brighton, and have they found yet another gem in Diego Gomez? Where's he come from? Well, he came from Inter Miami for a start for around about 11 million in January 2025. I mean, Brighton scouting network, people. Honestly, it is absolutely up there with the best of the best. It's fantastic. How do they keep finding these players? And Isak scores his first goal for Liverpool. Is that a worry for people, for rival teams? Does this mean now once he starts clicking, that's it? He'll go on a Madden and score maybe in next 5 games in a row. You can definitely see it happening. Chelsea were lucky. Chelsea were very lucky against Lincoln. I remember Lincoln's cup run when they had to play Arsenal and that came to Emirates. My mate actually played in that game. He played for Lincoln City. Nathan Arnold is a friend of mine, and I remember him saying it was like he just couldn't believe it. He were literally playing against Alexis Sanchez, and it were just he says it probably best one of highlights of his career. But he has obviously he's scored at Wembley as well, my friend. But yeah, man, he said it were unreal. So yeah, I remember Lincoln's days in Cup, and with Danny Cowley, and I can't remember his brother's name, Danny Cowley, and there were two of them, weren't they? Managing Lincoln, and they were obviously had a really good cup run. So yeah, Arsenal tonight against Port Vale. I'm expecting from my team to go out there early doors, finish it off. I want it wrapped up basically in first half. I really do. Um, I really don't want to take anything into the second half. I want it all wrapped up and focus on Newcastle after that. And ruthless Brighton, like I said, Diego Gomez, those 4 goals was absolutely class, by the way. 4 goals from a midfielder. They were brilliant. Absolute bullets. Fantastic. And it, again, where did Brighton keep getting these players from? Well, if he's come from Inter Miami in the MLS for around about 11 million. But the scouting network at Brighton is absolutely phenomenal. No matter what manager they lose, they never fold. They never fold. You know, Hertzless, 32-year-old, one of the youngest managers, the youngest manager at Premier League, still looks like a decent manager already. Previously managed in the Bundesliga, second division, I think it was. No matter what players they sell, don't matter. Don't matter. Next one, Baleba. He's going to be going for about 90 million in summer, or maybe he goes in January. I don't know. But they just seem to find these players. The one who scored tonight, he scored against Tottenham on Saturday as well. Sereni, I think it is, or something like that. He scored again tonight, obviously, as well as Gomez. And he scored a great goal again, and he scored against Tottenham a great goal. So you've got to give massive respect to Brighton, honestly, because they do find some serious talent, honestly. He's a Paraguayan international, apparently, Diego Gomez. Matt Bowman, hey up, matey. Matt Bowman, Brighton deserve to win the cup now after that game. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Brighton win it, Matt, honestly. It would be really good. They deserve it, mate. Let's be honest, because I've just gone through how many players they keep finding, all these gems. Like they signed Matoma. I think they got him from Kawasaki Frontline for about 4.5 million. There's another 50, 60 million pound worth of player. Do you know what I mean? They really, really are well run under Tony Bloom. And I just think it's incredible to see how much talent they can keep bringing through the door. So, yeah, again, Brighton. It'd be nice for him to win it. Obviously, I want Arsenal to win it. We have to, we should go and win that. We have to get us moving and get that winning mentality finally there to push us on for the league. But we are Arteta, it ain't happening. It's not happening, people. And Isak's first goal for Liverpool. This could be one of many. Could be one of many. It could start clicking now. And Ekatike, I'm afraid, pal, you take your shirt off. We all know who you are. We know that you're doing well in Premier League. It's got 5 goals, I think, for Liverpool yet. In all competitions. Just don't do that. It's pathetic, I know, but they're going to book you. If you're on a yellow, you're going off. It's simple as that. They're going to give you a second yellow. So just don't need to do it. Just don't need to do it. As much as it's annoying that, it's petty that they send people off, but it's the way it is. It's the way that the football goes. You don't get away with it. You can't take your shirt off. And when you're on a yellow, you're getting a red card. So stupidity from Ekatike, I will say that. And Arsenal tonight, let me just Liverpool. Again, not massively convincing, but no one's beating them. No one's beating them. They haven't lost a game yet in any single competition. They haven't dropped any single points. That's worrying. To me, that's worrying, because when a team can do that and then click into another gear, it's like, whoa, shit. Now they are like winning 3-0s, 4-0s, you know what I mean? And winning it in first half. So there's worry now. If Liverpool start clicking, they could just absolutely start steamrolling teams. They might not, but they're going to click sooner or later. They all are going to click. Isak's going to click with Ekatike. Salah's going to smash form. Wirtz is going to come into form. It's all going to happen at one point. It's going to happen. Gakpo will bring his scoring form into play. It will happen. It definitely will happen. So we've got Crystal Palace next away. Glasner, great manager, great manager. People are talking now and all. I'm hearing a lot of people mentioning it. They'd take him at Arsenal tomorrow. And you know what? I think I would. I think I would. He did really well at Frankfurt. He's a manager. He's a bit like Eddie Howe. Gets a tune out of so many players. Look at Crystal Palace. They've got Will Hughes playing. I remember when he was at Derby County, Watford. They've got Mitchell. They've got Mark Gay. They've got Muniz. They've just signed Yeremy Pino from Villarreal. They've got Mateta. I'm a massive, massive fan. They've got Watton. They've got Chris Richards. I think I might have mentioned him already. They've got so many good players. They've got so many good players, and I think they're really going places now. I don't think this is Crystal Palace where here we go. Crystal Palace look like they're building a little bit. Then next minute you see them down in 15th, and that. I don't think you're going to see that with Glasner, with Crystal Palace, as providing the players what he's got now at his disposal, because they are going to start leaving people. I mean, he's got Kamada, who was with him at Frankfurt. Then I think he went to Lazio, and it really did not work at Lazio. So now he's brought him back, and I think he got him on a free. So Crystal Palace are a different outfit now, but, and this is the side where I'm afraid it's just ruthless people, no matter who you support. And it's a bit cruel to some teams, because you think, God, just when we're getting going and building, the moment you start doing well and, your players are really turning out for you and putting great performances in, getting the set on the map, next minute, the knock at the door comes from the big, big, big clubs, what have won trophies, etc., and league titles. And it's just hard. It's really hard to keep hold of them, because, like Eze, obviously a boyhood Arsenal fan. Arsenal knock on door. He's going 100%. He's going to go because we can pay him more wages. He's going to go because we can give him Champions League straight away. He's going to go, providing when this manager Mikel Arteta gets out this club, we could win a league. Hopefully, we keep the same players, which we're going to struggle now, because if it don't happen very soon, likes of Saliba will be gone. And it's like Eze, like that. Just what I said then. He's going to go. He's going to go. He's going to leave Crystal Palace. Watton, he will probably be next. Man United might come in for him in January. He'll probably sign for Man United, because people can say, "Oh, they want about Man United." Yeah, I said this on Monday. I think they need to spend about another 300 million. They need a defence. They need midfielders. And obviously Amorim, he has been given money to spend, but he hasn't brought all these players, what have been a lot of deadwood. They've still got players on huge wages like Casemiro, etc. And to me, I think Man United should have sold Bruno. I really do. I think anything like 70 million for him, they should have snapped the hands off and just thought, right, yeah, he's been our best player for the last few years, but we're not going to get that when the next offer comes in, when he's getting older, and just take 70 million and then go, right, let's just start with because they need a rebuild in midfield and defence, Man United. Let's just go 70 million straight away on a centre back, bang, straight in. And then think, right, we might need another centre back, but he can be a 30, 40 million pound player. And then next summer, you go all out for your midfield. But I don't know. I don't know. This is where it's, for a Man United fan, it must be really frustrating. And again, Crystal Palace, like I said, fantastic club. But Watton, he's going to go. He is going to go, people. Man City might come in for him. Man City might just come in for him. But Man United might. Real Madrid might. Real Madrid, I have a feeling Real Madrid might just come in for him, actually. And it does remind me a little bit of Declan Rice. And it was a bit of a no-nonsense when he was at Blackburn and all, Watton. And Mateta, I think he's absolutely class. I would take him in an heartbeat at Arsenal. So, again, just like going off the subject, because when you talk football, you just go up to you start talking about any club. So Liverpool, like I said, have got Crystal Palace next away. Do I think they'll win? Yeah, I do. I do. Even though it's away, I do think they'll take all 3 points off Crystal Palace as well. I really do. Matt Bowen, nice changes, and I think their keeper had a howler for Isak's goal. Yeah, I didn't see it properly, Matt. I was having a bit of a nap. But I think he came across ran on, met the ball, I think, and bent it round. I think if I've seen it with Isaac's goal. But going back to Liverpool, Crystal Palace, I think Liverpool take care of them. I honestly do, people. They've got to click somewhere, Liverpool. You know what I mean? They can't just be winning these 2-1s and scraping results, which is championship mentality. That's sign of a lion mentality. Like, we will win this game no matter what. We'll throw everything. We'll throw it kitchen sink. We'll play long for a little bit. We'll play short, nice little neat passes to get round you to try and score a perfect goal. And if that don't work, we'll just go the scruffiest way you can imagine, like they did against Burnley, and just whack the ball straight to Hannibal. And they got luck because he had his hand up. They might have done that 20 times and he keeps his hand behind his back. So, but they tried it. That's the thing. They went for it. They thought, right, last chance saloon, just whack it at him, crap ball in, and it hits his hand, bang, penalty, 3 points Liverpool. Because it's installed into him. We must win that game. And Arne Slot's installed it to him as well. And they've won the league. Robertson, Van Dijk, Alisson, they've won the league with Klopp. They've won the league with Slot. I mean, imagine the mentality now of those players. This is what I mean. So it's worrying because they're not even winning by big margins and they're conceding every game, but they're not losing. And they haven't lost in one competition yet. So when they click, they could be frightening. They could just click and then be going 6 games and scoring 15 goals. Do you know what I mean? It could happen. It really could. They could be winning 3-0s, 4-0s, battering with someone with 6-0 and conceding maybe 3 goals in 6 games. They could really, really flick that switch. And it's worrying for teams. It is. And a lot more people now, just going on to my team, Arsenal, are starting to wake up. I am seeing a lot more people saying this manager is done. He's out his depth. He's causing us problems. In the stage he's in now, and what is that to spend? $1 billion, and he's going into his 6th year, let's say November, December. He should not be messing around with that team now. He should be serious as it is. He should be serious as it gets. Right, Man City, yep, we're at home. We go full throttle. We go full ball. We're not going to piss around. We're going to go for them. We're not going to let them come on to us because this is what's annoying about Arteta. He thinks he can just keep getting away with playing defensive because we've got Gabriel and Saliba, which are, yes, the best centre-back pairing in world football on the day. 100% they are. Saliba's my favourite player. But there's so many things what annoys the hell out of me with Mikel Arteta. He's a stubborn, smug prick. Let's just get that right straight away. He really, really is. And he thinks, we'll just play defensive. We'll just play all nice, neat, tight. We'll not give anything, not give Man City any change. We'll try and hog the ball. And Gabriel and Saliba, they'll take care of it. He's even putting pressure on them. That's what annoys me. He's even relying on Gabriel Saliba to get him out of the shit all the time because he thinks no matter what, Gabriel Saliba will take care of it other end. 9 times out of the 10, they will. They will stop teams from getting through and will either nick a point or will take all 3 points. But this, you don't. A manager don't do that, people. You have to compensate. You have to go other way. You have to think, right, Gabriel and Saliba are brilliant, but we need to take a bit of pressure off them, and we need to make sure we've got enough creativity to balance it out and take that game to other teams. But Arteta don't think like that. All he thinks is, I didn't lose. I didn't lose. Because he's an absolute coward, people. He's an absolute coward. And I cannot wait for the day till he gets sacked from this football club. And I think it's absolutely damn right disgusting and embarrassing that he earns 15.6 million a year. Yes, I know he hasn't asked for it, he's been given it. But it just shows the mentality of what we've got at this football club. Take Berta to one side, but apart from that, with the Cronkies, we are to. Who gives a manager 15 million for winning one FA Cup, kind of with Unai Emery's team? I could be here all day and no one could justify it. Nobody. It's an absolute disgrace. You've got people what's won trophies, doubles, back-to-back titles and don't get what he gets. Inzaghi's not on nowhere near what he earns. Conte don't get what he earns. Simone's on a very high wage. Yes, he is. But I just think more and more people now, I'm seeing it on Twitter, are starting to say, I've kind of backed him, but I'm done. He's not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. And I want people to start waking up. Like I come on here, do my channel, my streams, like other people do, or other people we watch, etc. Don't want to mention names because I hate forgetting people when I mention them. Sure. But I want people to wake up. Like I'm not making things up just to get you to see what we're seeing, but people have got to stop ignoring facts. The facts are that Mikel Arteta isn't doing what is required for Arsenal Football Club right now. And the three things, which I will probably say nearly every stream this season, and not anybody, doesn't matter if you're Arteta in, Arteta out, obsessed with him, got posters of him like Rory Talks BS, a grown man, by the way, got a poster on him in his background. I mean, don't get no worse than that. But there's three things, people, with Mikel Arteta currently, and not one person can say, that's not true. I don't agree with that. You've got no choice because it's the most clear facts you can mention with Mikel Arteta currently at the moment. One, we do not play at Wembley no more. We keep watching other teams play at Wembley and get to Wembley. Two, we don't reach any single final with Mikel Arteta. We don't get to any final currently with Mikel Arteta. That's two. That is absolute facts. And three, we watch other football teams at the end of the season, maybe starting in February, March, obviously where the Carabao Cup takes place. We watch other football teams lift trophies. We see that. We see that end of season. We don't get to do that. We watch other football teams do that. And that's three facts, people. That is three facts. What nobody, absolute nobody can say any different because they are the biggest three facts you can mention currently with Arteta. And then there's another one, which is number 4. He doesn't play a plan B. It's 4-3-3. And if he gets worried and panics, he might bring a substitute on. Like he knew he was shitting bricks, let me tell you, on Sunday. He was absolutely shitting bricks because he knew if he lost that and didn't even bring Eze on or Saka and left it till about 60, 65 minutes, I guarantee you now, you would have heard boos at the Emirates. 100%, you would have heard boos, and it's brewing, people. It's brewing. They ain't gonna accept this. I'm telling you now. I know it's away on Sunday at St James's Park, but if he plays that same team, Moreno, Zubimendi, and Rice, he will get booed. I am telling you right now, Arsenal fans will start booing him. Because as an Arsenal fan for 34 years, and many other people who come in my chat, and people who I know, we do not deserve to see that. 3 defensive midfielders spending 1 billion. We do not deserve to see Eberechi Eze played out position when he is an absolute brilliant number 10, who's a forward thinking. His attitude is forward thinking. First thought, I'm going to cause havoc with these defenders. I'm going to rip them to pieces. I'm going to drag them everywhere. On the ball, he's got very close control. He drives with intensity, urgency. It can drop to his left, drop to his right, just by a shoulder. You know, it can get the ball into his feet when he's got his back to goal and touch it with his left, touch it with his right, spin away quickly. He is absolutely 50 times better than Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard does not even deserve to be in Arsenal's starting lineup. One, he ain't good enough. He'll slow Arsenal's attack down. He's got too much hesitation in his play. And the biggest one, he is the weakest captain in football I have ever seen in my life. Ever. When I've seen I will say him, but when I've seen Thierry Henry, let me just say the main one. When I've seen Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry be captains at my football club, Tony Adams, second most caps appearance for Arsenal under David O'Leary, 48 goals for Arsenal, 669 appearances, 4 league titles. Do you know what I mean? How dare Martin Odegaard be the captain of my football club? He is an embarrassment of a captain, an embarrassment. You know, Adams, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira. You never seen them underperforming like Odegaard did last season. Never. And they were vocally heard. They inspired the players on the pitch. They drove fear into the opponent and their own players, and just never underperformed. They might have had an odd game where it was like 7 out of 10, but never what Odegaard did last season. All season underperformed, and he started it this season. I counted 5 misplaced passes against Manchester United, and that were from just starting counting. John Terry, Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard, they never underperformed for like a season solid. It's disgraceful, people. Martin Odegaard is not worthy at all of being the Arsenal captain, and on a performance level now, he should definitely not be in this Arsenal starting lineup. Eze has to be the starting number 10 all day long. All day long. It's shown what he can do against Man City when he come on. Absolute class of a footballer. Brilliant. Great brain as well. And it's a shame, people, because we've got some really good footballers at this football club. We have got some brilliant, and I mean brilliant players right now, but we've got the wrong manager. And if you've never seen Arsenal win a Premier League title, I'm sorry, you're not going to. We are Arteta. I have. I've seen doubles, invincibles. I've seen the Coca-Cola Cup in 1993 against Chef Wednesday over 2 legs. You know, people might not know what Coca-Cola Cup is. It's like the Carabao Cup now. I've seen, like I say, doubles, invincibles. I wasn't only 3, but I remember the Mickey Thomas at Anfield 89, you know, the famous league win where we had no one thought we'd even score a goal against Liverpool at Anfield back in 89. Charlie George laying on the ground with the yellow strip against Liverpool FA Cup 71. You know, because I've done a bit of history. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything about Arsenal. I never will. Nobody does. But I know when it comes to things like what you should know, I know it, you know? And then you get these people, like Alex Moneypenny, going on Sky on Overlap, making a mockery of Arsenal Football Club. What a fucking little prick he is. It infuriates me when I think these people use my club to follow, not fans, just to follow. You know, Rory talks BS. Anything he says, it's never happened. He's an absolute wet wipe, and he gets to go on Talk Sport and Sky. Why are these people getting this freedom? Why do these people get the freedom? The absolute pricks, all of them, honestly. You know, all they do is lie. And I keep saying it, they have brainwashed thousands on end of people all over the social media to use you to get where they want to be. They've said all this bullshit, and people's liked, subscribed, followed, etc. on Twitter, on YouTube, and all it's done is got them on TalkSport. It's got them commentating on Arsenal. It's got them doing post. They've got no good knowledge. They've got good knowledge. Anyone can do what they do. Just lie all day. Yeah. Mikel Arteta. He's not the problem, really. I don't think he's the problem. It's more like we just ain't got creativity. Yeah, we ain't got creativity because of your manager, you thick twat. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can do what they do, people. Harry Symeou, you know, Roy Talks BS, Tom Canton, Adam Keys, Egan, Moneypenny. Just lie. That's all you have to do. Anyone can do what they do. Then you get on Talk Sport. Then, you know, you get interviews with Arteta and commentators on Arsenal. All you have to do is lie and bullshit and brainwash vulnerable people, thousands and thousands of people, just to get what they want. That's all they've done it for. They literally have used you as puppets. They've thought, if I say this on social media or Twitter, I know all for a fact my puppets are going to like it. But it's never happened. It's never come true. But if I say Arsenal under Arteta don't get to Wembley, we're not winning any single trophy, and we're not winning any. We're not getting to Wembley whatsoever. We're not reaching any single final, and we're not winning any single trophy. I'm not lying, people. What I have just said, those three things, are the clearest facts you will hear, no matter what. No Wembley with Arteta at the moment. No final reach with Arteta at the moment, and we're not winning any trophy with Arteta at the moment. That ain't me making it up. I ain't lying. That's absolutely clear as facts. What these people say, they lie to you. I hope you start waking up and realizing, like, they do not deserve all these followers and subscribers, etc. They do not deserve it, because everything they've said has never happened. Adam Keys were telling people, don't be slagging Kai Havertz off. Stop going in against Kai Havertz. He's Arsenal's striker. We don't need a striker. He scored 15 goals in all competitions. What a twat. What a little wet wipe. 15 goals in all competitions is shit. You know what I mean? All they are, they stuck up and they've got the puppets. And I'm sorry, people what's followed them and subscribed them, they've used you. They've used you. Imagine knowing that Harry Symeou, Rory Talks BS, Adam Keys, Egan, Moneypenny, well, all those, imagine knowing that you're their puppet, that they have used you to build their social media platforms. You have been used by them, because they've told you a bunch of bullshit all the time. From probably the first time they posted, they might have said Arsenal Football Club will win the league or Arsenal Football Club will win the treble. No, they won't. And it's childish and pathetic to even think that. But that's what they'll do. They'll put it on Twitter. Really? Really? And all they've done, that's it. They've got you. They've got you. So if you're listening, people, please start waking up and realise that Roy Talks BS, Adam Keys, Tom Canton, Harry Symeou, Moneypenny, Hagen, many, many more, have literally took the piss out of you. You've had the piss taken out of you. They've literally used you to get on TalkSport, to manage, to interview Arteta, to do post-match, pre-match interviews with Arteta, to go on Sky Sports. You know, Harry does commentator. You're being laughed at. And you can say all you want, people. I ain't negative. I am someone what loves Arsenal Football Club, what's been an Arsenal fan for 34 years. But when I see what these people have done, it disgusts me, because they get the freedom of doing what they want. They have all these followers and subscribers, and they can say anything. And when we say things, we're negative. We're negative. And it don't matter. Do you know what I mean? But what we're saying, we're the ones who are actually speaking facts. We keep telling you, Mikel Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. Oh, no. You're wrong. Just wait until we get a striker. Then everything will be okay. We'll be banging teams, smashing them. Well, we've got one of the best strikers in Europe, people, Victor Gyökeres. But your manager, the stubborn, smug prick, is ruining him. He's making Victor Gyökeres already look average. His body language is completely off. And I've said this, and I'll say it again. Do not be surprised if you hear one of these players where you think, fucking hell, where did that come from? He turns around to his agent at Christmas and says, this isn't me. Because that guy, let me tell you, Victor Gyökeres, is absolutely so confident in his own ability. He believes, and he's even came out and says, I am one of the best strikers in world football. And he is, let me tell you. He's an absolute machine in front of goal. But with this manager, this prick of a manager, Mikel Arteta, he's making him look average, mate. He's making him look average, and it's doing my head in already. Because it's stopping the creativity, because it's all about Arteta. It's all about Mikel Arteta. He's playing players when they're getting niggles and getting little knocks and telling them to carry on. You know why? Because he's never been in that position before, because he's never managed, and he does not listen to anybody. Anybody. Andre Berta, please fall out with this guy. And I'm telling you now, all these Harry, Rory, etc., their time is coming to an end, because people are starting to wake up and starting to listen. I've seen in some of the chats where I jump in sometimes and I look what's going on, and loads of people are saying, stop defending this manager. You can't keep defending him. He's ran his cause. and I'm loving it. I'm loving it because his time's coming. And me, 2.5 weeks ago, I said, well, let's say 2 weeks ago, I said Arsenal's title will be finished by October. And it's now the 24th of September, and I am saying it now. The moment we draw to City, we're done. 5 points behind Liverpool, but people will tell me, yeah, but it's only September. I don't care if it were end of August. You need to start getting in your head the points tally. That's what you need to think of. Don't look at the month and think, yeah, but it's only September, Rich. It doesn't matter. It's the points tally. Do Liverpool look like losing? No. Will we lose to Newcastle on Sunday? Yeah, I think we will. Because Eddie Howe scores Mikel Arteta, beat him 3 times last season, absolutely made him look a twat in Cup, and he gets a tune out of all his players. And against Bournemouth on Sunday, Newcastle rested Joe Linton, Harvey Barnes, Elanga, Bruno Guimaraes, and I think there was another one. Gordon didn't play. Didn't. So imagine Newcastle on Sunday when it's like Arsenal's cup final of the season. They lose that, the league is absolutely well and truly finished. It's done now. It's done now. I see Liverpool taking care of Crystal Palace. I do. Be a tough game, but I see Liverpool beating Crystal Palace. So then there'll be 8 points clear, people. There'll be 8 points clear in front of Arsenal. And you remember what happened last time when Crystal Palace met Liverpool and it was at Anfield? Crystal Palace beat Liverpool, but we fucked up against Aston Villa. So that might happen. But then if Liverpool go and lose to Crystal Palace, probably 9 times out of 10, Arsenal will mess it up against Newcastle. But I don't think that'll happen. I do think Liverpool will beat Crystal Palace and Arsenal will lose to Newcastle. In fact, 100% Liverpool will beat Crystal Palace and 100% Arsenal will beat Newcastle. But one thing you might learn from me, if you're new to chat, etc., and you're watching, I always put my hands up when I'm wrong. And I've got things wrong this season. I said Arsenal would lose to Man United. I got it wrong. Did we deserve to win? No. But we've got one of the best centre-back pairings in world football with Gabriel and Saliba. If it weren't for them two, Man United beat Arsenal because they were dragging us everywhere in large spells of the game. They were beating us in the air. They were faster getting onto the ball. They were stronger than us. They were knocking us about a bit. And we were lucky, very lucky. So, yeah, I mean, jumping back to Arsenal, people, it's not easy, especially an Arsenal fan. But I just want to know what people, and please do smash the likes if you can and subscribe because it's not always about Arsenal. I mean, I do talk about other clubs, but sometimes I can't help it. I do want a bit of a Madden, and I do apologise for any language sometimes. Matt Bowman, Arsenal, Liverpool chat at the moment. Matt Bowman, Pep has a better mentality. He was pissed when they conceded that last-minute goal and Arteta did that celebration. Yeah, absolutely. Pep would have been annoyed, 100%. But one thing I say about Pep, I've got massive respect for Pep. Some people don't like him, but I am a massive, massive fan. I think he's a genius of a manager. Yeah, he's having a bit of a rocky patch. I get that. He's had a few personal issues. And he is having a bit of a rocky patch. But he's just so, like he came out and said, Arsenal, better team. All you get from Arteta, yeah, we dominated. He needs to start changing that and say, we had more at ball. Because to me, from playing football when I was younger, etc., and watching it for so many years, if someone said to me, if I missed a game and I asked somebody, how did game go? And then one of my friends says, yeah, Arsenal dominated, let's just say, Arsenal dominated Chelsea. Really? And I knew it 1-1. And I said to one of my friends, so how did match go? And then he says, yeah, Arsenal dominated Chelsea. Oh, let's just keep Man City. So I missed the game, but I knew it was 1-1. And I said to one of my mates, how did match go? How did Arsenal play? And I knew it was 1-1. And if someone said to me, Arsenal dominated them, mate. Arsenal dominated City. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, now I bet we hit post, left post. I bet we hit right post. I bet we might have hit the bar. I bet we made Donnarumma make about 6-7 saves. I bet we had one off at line. That if I hear dominated, that's how I see dominated. That's how I've always seen it. Not just hogging the ball and having possession. That's not dominating a team. That's just keeping the ball and having more possession. Didn't do no with it. We didn't do nothing with it. We didn't bring nothing to light with it. You know, we weren't effective with it. But again, Mikel Arteta's got to do it, hasn't he? Yeah, we dominated it. He always has to make it sound better than he is. He's an absolute prick, people. Honestly. And the arrogance, the smugness, this, other day, I ain't got time to answer that. I ain't got time to answer. You know what I mean? What a fucking prick. So with the Carabao Cup, I'd love to see Brighton win it, but obviously I want my team to win it. Of course I do. But if we don't, it would be amazing to see Brighton win it, and they do deserve it. Do you know what I mean? They really, really do. Brighton are. I mean, what a football club! Like I said, owner Tony Bloom. I think he owns St. Jean Louise. How do you word it? That the Belgian team, Louise or something like that. It's a long name. The Belgian team. I think he owns them as well. And you just look and you think the managers they've lost, the players they've lost. They lost Potter. So what? De Zerbi. Lost De Zerbi. So what? They've got Hertzler, who's youngest manager in Premier League. The scouting network's incredible, man. It's absolutely unreal. Like, where they keep finding these players. Diego Gomez signing from Inter Miami in the MLS, American League, for 11 million in January. It's got, if you get a chance, look at his 4 goals tonight, and they're rockets, absolute rockets. I just don't understand that they keep finding these players. Baleba, he's going to leave Brighton, and they're going to get around about at least 80, 85 million for him. They are absolutely brilliant. The scouting network of Brighton, you'd say give them a cup just for that, because it's phenomenal. Matoma, like I think it was from Kawasaki Frontline, 4.5 million, 5 million. There's another 60 million pound player. Do you know what I mean? They really are. And there's that. What's his name? Is it Border? Not Border. Is it Border? I think it is. He's another great player. You're probably talking 20, 30 million for him. Can't remember his name now. Border, something like that. I can't remember his name now, but big up to Brighton, honestly. They are a really, really good football club. Well run under Tony Bloom. And you just can't help but appreciate the scouting network of that club, because the players they find, and like I said, they lose managers. Don't matter, just replace them, bring the next one in. They never fold, people. They never ever fold. Evan Ferguson, you thought, yeah, this guy's got it, come from Irish League. And it didn't work. And you think, well, they're going to struggle. They just, I'm not saying they're going to fight and push for top 4. I just think they're just a little bit off that. I do. But they're never going to fold at the moment. They'll sell Baleba for about 80 million at least. And they'll probably go and sign 2 brilliant players. And it'll probably cost them 50 million for both. They really are a very, very well-run football club. And the scouting network is unreal. I honestly think Brighton, Hove scouting network is absolutely class. Like I said, that Diego Gomez, I was like, who's this? Who's this? And he came from Inter Miami in January for about 11 million. His goals tonight, all 4 goals, absolutely class. Absolutely. And then the guy who scored against Tottenham on Saturday, Sereni, I think it is, or something like that, he scores another great goal tonight. So once that happens, he'll be on market for about 40 million. Diego Gomez, he scores on weekend, whoever they've got, they'll be like, right, yeah, he's worth 50 million. Really, really, really impressive. Really, really, really is impressive from Brighton. What a scouting network they've got. Dre, good morning, Rich. Dre, how are you, my guy? Not seen you for a while. Same old shit, my brother. Arsenal, Arteta, the man who brings all the problems to Arsenal. Great football players, great players now at this football team. Great depth in defence. Some quality players. How good is it when you can bring Saka and Eze on, Dre? And then you just think, but the man who's in charge of them is the one who's bringing every single problem to Arsenal Football Club. Mikel Arteta is the one who's bringing the problems. And it's facts. It's facts, people. It's simple as that. As much as you don't want to admit it, you're going to start admitting it because soon you're going to start thinking, oh shit. And going back to Newcastle, obviously I have said we'll lose, and even before the season kicked off. So before the season kicked off, I went with Man United will lose, and up got it wrong. Beat Leeds, we did, got it right. Beat Forest, got it right. I predicted that. Man City, originally I said draw, but early last week, about a week and a half game probably, I changed it and I said Man City will win. So I got it right, but got it wrong. But I've got it wrong because my latter prediction was Man City will win. So I got that wrong. I've missed. I knew I'd do this again. Man United predicted would lose, got it wrong. Leeds predicted would win, got it right. Liverpool predicted would lose. Predicted would lose. I got it right. Forest predicted would win. I got it right. Man City originally predicted would draw, so I've got it wrong because my latter prediction was we'd lose, so I got that one wrong. Newcastle as well, I predicted we'd lose, and this is before the season kicked off, people. So I predicted we would lose 3 out of the first 6. We've lost 1, drawn 1, and there's still Newcastle to go. And I'm sure people can understand, anyone what was watched football, long enough can understand this is like a cup final on Sunday, and the last place you want to go when you know you cannot even draw this football match is St James's Park when it's televised on a Sunday afternoon with all the Geordies, and I know absolutely shitloads of Geordies. I've grew up with them. I've been surrounded by them all my life. Absolutely loads, tons. Been on holiday with them, and they are up for it, no matter what. Even in January, when it's freezing cold on away days, they stood there, t-shirts off. They don't care. Their passion for football is right up there. And I know people know this. Well, people what won't mask off anything for Arteta and cover up for him, but I don't think people quite understand that if we even draw against Newcastle and Liverpool beat Crystal Palace, which I think they will, that will near enough be in writing. Arsenal, your title is over. And my prediction, what I said 2 weeks ago, Arsenal will be out the title race by October, I will be correct. I wish I was wrong, but with this manager, it's just that's how it goes, people. With another manager, we probably wouldn't have even lost to Liverpool. We probably would have took that game to Liverpool and made sure we might have just won it, or we would have got a draw. Because we're all nicey and thought, yeah, we're over the line. Oh, free kick in a game. Oh, yeah, you do actually get free kicks in a game. Oh, he won't score it. He's miles away, mate. Slobberslide, too far out. We'll always expect people, the unexpected, the good, the bad, the sad, and the happy in life, no matter what you do. But people don't see that sometimes. These Arteta-obsessed fans. Matt Bowen for today. Rich, I did follow you on Twitter. Hope you don't mind. Oh, I'll have a look at that, Matt. I will have a look at that, mate. Thank you very much as well, pal. I will have a look. I do go on Twitter, but sometimes I don't. Like, I can wake up sometimes and have loads of notifications, and sometimes you miss them. You have to actually sometimes click on your profile to see if anyone's followed you. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it don't. But yeah, I will follow you back, mate. And well done, Matt, as well. You're going to touch 20 subscribers by the end of this week, definitely. You will get 20 subscribers. Definitely. Go and subscribe to Matt Bowman, people, if you already haven't. Blasting these shorts out now. And he's not just talking about Liverpool, his club. He talks about all other clubs as well. So, yeah, it's... But this is the thing. This is where it really annoys me. If you say to Harry or Rory or Adam Keys, or Hagan or Tom Canton, if you just say to them, if we draw on Sunday, league's over. What are you talking about? It's not even. It's just going to be back end of September. It's not even touching distance October. What? You don't know nothing, Rich. You don't know nothing. You've got no clue about football. I've probably been watching football longer than them. In fact, 1,000,000% I've been watching football longer than Rory and probably Harry and I've played football for 7 years at a very high level when I was a young lad. So I don't know everything about football. I'm not an expert, but I'll tell you something now. I've got bucket loads of football knowledge when it comes to other people because I've played it for 7 years at a very high level and I've watched it. It's not as good as other people's. I don't like to bring myself into this new day and age we live in where, oh, it's invert this, it's all invert that, and it's, left six, left. I don't play like that. I don't. I do it how it was 10 years ago, and with a round thing, what you kick, and it will be in 15 year. Goalkeeper, two centre backs, right back, left back, two holding midfielders slash enforcers. Control everything. Left wing, right wing, striker. Or I like the number 10. So obviously that's where you juggle about with the formation. But I ain't into all this bollocks about all this invert, heel tuck in and do this and do that. It's all just to make it look good for them, make it all look pretty, because that's the people what do it. Well, I think he should do this, and he don't quite invert, and he doesn't bring as much energy into. It's all to brainwash you. I hope we start waking up, people. I really, really do. And again, if I just can ask, please do smash the likes and subscribe as well if you can, if you're watching. But yeah, Sunday, like I said, if you mentioned that to them, they would call you, oh, what are you talking about? You ain't got a clue about football. A draw on Sunday at Newcastle and league's finished. Yeah. Fucking two right league's finished. It's finished now, if you ask me. 5 points clear. But sorry, 5 points behind Liverpool. Which bit do like these kind of people not understand? We do not catch the team what's at top. They catch Arsenal. It has been proven. Man City was 8 points behind Arsenal, and we did not win the league. And I had people, Man United fans, telling me, Rich, your turn this season, pal. You win it league, mate. You win it. You're going to win league. I'm like, no, we're not. Yeah, you are, Rich. You are. You're 8 points clear of Man City. You've won the league. It's near enough done. We won't win league, pal. Rich, you're just playing it because you're top at league and you're trying to not get excited, etc. And I just turn around and says, we won't win the league. I looked at him straight in the eye and says, we will not win the league this season. I'm telling you right now, we will not win the Premier League. And he was like, why? Why are you so... I says, we don't have a striker at this football club. We haven't got someone to take the pressure off Bukayo Saka. We haven't got a backup for Saka. There's no striker at this football club. There's no one where we have in these games, these bad games, who can just like flick that switch and it's 88th minute or 90th minute. We've been playing rubbish all game, not getting any change out of the opponent, and bang, ruthlessness in the box, win a game. We ain't got that. I said, we're going to run into problems. Nah, mate, you're not. You're going to... I says, I'm telling you now, Man City will win the league. They've got the power. We haven't. We will run on them. We will... What did I say? We will run into big problems and it will affect us. And then this prick of a manager thinks, oh, I'll play Havertz in midfield. We're shocking against Fulham on New Year's Day, I think it was. Absolute dreadful performance against Fulham that day. I could not believe my eyes the way we were playing at some parts of that game. Oh my God. And all right, we didn't win it. Because this wanker of a manager went 3 seasons and only just now has signed a striker and a backup for Saka. He's cost us a league title, people. He's cost us a league title. He's stopped us from getting to Wembley now. We don't play at Wembley. We don't reach no finals, don't win no trophies. There's no plan B. He's costing us so much problems. And when you look at it in depth, you'll start realising and thinking, people like me and other people, they're not actually just making things up. They're speaking from facts what's happened, what he's said or what he hasn't done, or in his interviews when he's lying all the time, when he's not playing a plan B, when he's at home and he's going all defensive because he's a coward and he's spineless. People will start realising and thinking, these people have not made these things up. What they've been saying over years is what he's been doing. He didn't sign a striker for us for 3 seasons or backup for Saka. He told all the obsessed Arteta fans against Everton, final game of season at Emirates, when Man City just beat West Ham and they ended up winning Premier League. He turned around, ended the game on his famous bullshit speech and says, don't you be satisfied with second. We want much more and we're going to get it. So at that point, hand up, I thought, right, I'm going to give you a little bit of a leeway here. I'm on board what you've just said. I understand it. You've messed this up and you've not signed a striker at the back of Saka, but now I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. You've just told the whole Emirates crowd, everybody. The pundits have heard it, the commentators have seen it, and they all were ready for thinking, right, this is it now. He's going to push it now. He will sign a striker for Arsenal Football Club and a backup for Saka. And what the hell did he go and do in that window, people? He went and signed a left back and a centre midfield. That does not get more stupid if you couldn't think of anything more stupid. The whole world honestly thought Arsenal will sign a striker and a backup for Saka, and he did neither. He did absolutely neither. Started that season with a very short squad. Oh, Neto and Sterling on deadline day. Started that season with a short squad, gets to January, injuries on top of a short squad, and still did nothing in January. If we'd have got an Asensio from PSG or a Mawani or someone like that, we'd have probably took care of Man United in FA Cup. They had 10 men for 57 minutes when they came to the Emirates and we lost on penalties in the FA Cup. 10 men, people, for 57 minutes. Bayern made 3 or 4 decent saves. He did. And we lost on penalties. Excuse me, but if we had someone like Mawani or Sensio, we would have probably won that game because there'd have been a little bit of extra magic up front. But this prick of a manager cost us even in that. He has cost Arsenal so many times. And he's now making mistakes already this season, against Liverpool. Just all defensive. If he's that good, and when all these Arteta obsessed fans keep saying Arteta's the man, he's going to take us to promised land, he's that good. Why ain't he got the belief then to go full throttle against people like Liverpool? And then people say, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. Yes, you can, because according to you guys, we're up there. We're Liverpool's contenders, We're better than Man City now. That's what everyone's telling us. That's what all these obsessed Arteta fans keep going on about. So if Arteta's that good, he would have the bollocks and know how to adapt and go a bit of a full throttle and let the handbrake off at Anfield. Not fully off, because obviously you can't just open up to Liverpool at Anfield because he will batter you. But he didn't even give him anything. He didn't even give him an headache against PSG. Second leg, there were no headache for Enrique. And he thought, you know what? This is shit. Look at Arteta. What's he throwing at me here? This is boring. We're not getting no headache. There's no change of formation. He hasn't gone to a back 5 with 2 wing backs where he's dragging us all over and we're having to change our form. Nothing. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring Ramos on, who now is in his 3rd season, I think, at PSG since signing from Benfica, who has always been kind of a bit player. Obviously, he's been behind Messi, etc. But he's never really broken into PSG first team. And he thought, I'll bring him on because it's done. He didn't even flinch, man, Enrique, because he thought, there's nothing. This game's won. I'm just going to bring Ramos on. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how many more things, people? How many more? And then on that night, he had the audacity and the so much childish ways to say to a female reporter. And by the way, I'm so glad she pulled him back and really, really confronted him. Yeah, PSG bench and Enrique said that we were the better team. And he thought, no one could touch me. I'm royalty. No one says anything to me in my interviews. No one's going to confront me. No one's going to question it. And she turned around and says, sorry, who said that? And he was shitting bricks, absolute shitting bricks, because he thought, oh, she's no mug. She's not like the English media where I can say any bullshit I want in any interview. She's on it. And sorry, who said that? And he was like, yeah, PSG bench, yeah. And Enrique, he couldn't even keep his eyes still. He was like a shitting dog, like when you'd done something bad at school in front of teacher when you were a kid, and you were like, I did. He was like that with his eyes up and down. He couldn't even look at it because he thought, I can't get away with this here. I'm gonna in England with English media, I'd have just said that and they'd be like, left it, nothing to it, not questioning more, but big up to her, whoever it was, the female reporter in the post-match PSG game on the away leg, because she called it out. She called it out. So what I'm saying, people, is that Start waking up to these people, these Harrys, the Rorys, Tom Cantons, Agans, Igals, Moneypenny, because you're being used. This, and I'm not bullshitting. You are factually being used. They've used you. They've used you as their puppets just so their social media grows, just so their social media platform grows. They couldn't give a shit. They've lied to you so many times. Things what they've said has never even happened. But all it's done is got them a better life because they've got the freedom of probably not having to work a full-time job or in a job where it's quite kind of stressful. They're on TalkSport, they're on Sky. Do you know what I mean? So I hope one day you start waking up and think you have been used. They've used you as their puppets to boost their social media, and then it allows them to commentate on Arsenal, interviews with Arteta, go on TalkSport. I mean, it doesn't get no more pathetic and annoying that you've got that little swat Moneypenny, Alex Moneypenny, looks like a child, going live on the overlap and making a mockery of Arsenal Football Club. What an absolute prick he is. Getting asked questions, where did Patrick Vieira sign from Arsenal from? And all he said at end, I don't know, are only two. No, because you're not an Arsenal fan. You're not an Arsenal fan. There's my point proven in facts. You've just chose Arsenal to follow Arsenal and use Arsenal as your social media platform. You're not a fan. You just follow Arsenal and think, right, it's Arsenal. That's where traction builds. That's where Arsenal, which football club can build my social media so I can do what I do, go on TalkSport and go on Sky TV. Oh, Arsenal. That's always busy on social medias. That's all he's done, people. That's all he has done. And people might not want to think they've been used as a puppet, and they've used you, and it's not very nice. It's horrible, but they've brainwashed you. Like, who goes live on TV and makes a mockery of Arsenal Football Club? That there, behind me, that badge, he went live on TV and made a mockery of Arsenal Football Club. How dare he? How dare he do that? What a fucking idiot he was, having to have fans from other clubs answer his questions, and he went, I was too old, so I'm too young. I don't know. No, because you've not even done no history about Arsenal, you stupid little wet wipe. Honestly, they're fucking pricks. The lot of them. I mean it and all. They are. They've brainwashed thousands of people. They've got so many puppets. And yeah, I don't really want to use that title for people because if you're vulnerable, then I can't help that. But that's all they've done. They've used you. How dare he go on live TV and make a mockery of my football club and other people's football club? I tell you, if David Di Maria, the Mr. Arsenal, who, by the way, should have an absolute statue all day long outside the Emirates, if David Di Maria, Peter Hillwood, Keith Elderman, Ken Fryer, Danny Fitzman, Lady Nina Bracewell-Smith, he would have been banned from the Emirates Stadium, people. That's how bad that was, going live on TV and making a mockery of the Arsenal. They would have banned him from the Emirates because they'd have been like, we've seen what you've done on TV, and we're not putting up with that. We're not going to have someone go on TV and it's all laugh and fun and games when you're representing Arsenal. When you're being asked questions about Arsenal, we will not stand for it. You are now banned from the Emirates Stadium. We don't want you at this club. You are not coming back to the Emirates Stadium. You are banned. And I guarantee you that would happen because David Dean is Arsenal. He's Mr. Arsenal. But Kroenke's and that, don't matter, because they're not proper Arsenal people. But David Dean, Danny Frisman, now no longer with us. Peter Hillwood, no longer with us. Ken Fryer. Ken Fryer were 91-year-old people around about 3 weeks ago, and he was in the attendance against. Oh shit! Who won it? Not Liverpool, not Man United. I think it was against Leeds United. Ken Fryer, the ex-secretary, director, etc., had a lot of roles at Arsenal. Ken Fryer, a legend. He was still in the attendance and just turned 91-year-old. Now, I'm not saying David Dean, etc., and all the other people, Lady Nina Bracewell-Smith, who I've just mentioned, was all perfect at Arsenal, but they was Arsenal. That group was Arsenal, what it represented, and they would not stand for somebody making a mockery of that badge on TV. I'm telling you now, they wouldn't be, oh, it's all fun and games. I was too young. I don't know. It wouldn't be like that back in the day. They would not. They'd ban him. They would ban him from the Emirates. They wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't allow him to come back. Um, Bit of rant, people. Bit of rant. But I'm an Arsenal fan, people, and I will not stop until this manager is away from my football club, because I am so annoyed that we've got so many brilliant players. Like the luxury of having to bring, you've got Saka and Eze on. Sorry, you've got the luxury, like we've seen on Sunday, that we can bring Saka and Eze on. I mean, that is crazy. That is absolute brilliant. Yes, Arteta, Berta, etc. Tim Lewis, coach here, who's now left Arsenal. Um, they're all part of it. Richard Garlick, managing director, have all signed him. I understand that. Mikel Arteta. And again, this is the difference between me, people, and others. I don't mention other, like all the channels we watch who I like the Shane Gunner, etc., because I end up forgetting other people's channels. But like me and all the other channels that I just said then, we're different to the Harrys, the Toms, the Rorys, etc., because we've got the bollocks, people, to admit when we are wrong, or we will praise when factually need praising, or we will criticise when factually it needs criticising. And Mikel Arteta, you have built a great defence at Arsenal Football Club. My hands up for that. He has. He really has built a great defence and in depth as well. But it's not good enough because he's ruining the players. He's making Victor Gyökeres, one of the best strikers in Europe, look average in world, look average. He's looking average because he's pissing around, not feeding him, not bringing creativity. 1 minute it's Moreno, then it's Odegaard. Just put Eze at number 10. We should be lucky. In fact, we are lucky. We've got Eze, a boiled Arsenal fan, back at his club. He's thriving, but he's not getting played in the right position. He is an absolute phenomenal number 10. The way he picks the ball up, in fact, the way he's got his back to goal and he receives the ball, when he can touch it with his left or right to spin away from his defender, the urgency, the intensity, the forward-thinking attitude, the way he'll drive with ball, the way he drops the shoulder, left or right. He's got the lot. He's got the lot. The way he can pass the ball fast into Victor Gyökeres' feet, or Saka, which is now back. The left winger, don't know who that is these days at Arsenal. And yet we're pissing around. And on Sunday, I'm 99% confident Martin Odegaard goes straight back into that midfield. That means Eze will be on the left, but don't be surprised because he scored 2 in a row off the bench. If Martinelli goes straight in at left wing, Odegaard in the midfield, Saka straight away, obviously right wing, which we want to see Saka play right wing. And then guess who drops out? Guess who's on the bench? Eze. And obviously Victor Gyökeres is going to be up front. Because it feels to me, Arteta didn't want Eze, he didn't want Gyökeres, and he's just waiting for that day when his love childs are back, Odegaard and Havertz. Where are we? Matt Bowman still think it's not over. Arteta has a habit of doing those streaky wins when he knows it means nothing. Matt Bowman, that's why these fake Arsenal channels exist. If, say, they do win the league, Top Gooners wouldn't be on anyone. And it won't be on anymore. And they would support other club. Not many fake Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%, Matt. AFC always. Big up to you, my guy. Hope you are well. Please do smash those likes, people, and subscribe if you like the channel. If you're Arteta, etc. I don't know. Or like and listening to football chat about other clubs, because it's not just all about Arsenal here. We do talk about other clubs, but sometimes I can't hold back going on a rant about Arteta with Arsenal. Because, like I said, we've got some fantastic players, and I just feel we're going to ruin it. We're going to ruin it. We've got a great crop of players, and this manager is going to ruin it. You're going to see William Saliba walk. I think he's first to go. I've always said it, and he's my favourite player, by the way. I've watched him straight away when he went back to on loan at Saint Etienne. Then I watched his loan at Nice, and then I watched all his games with Marseille. And Saliba's my favourite player. Has been when I knew he would come to Arsenal. I watched all his loans, and he's going to leave Arsenal. He's good. If my prediction's right that we're out the league title by October, which is very, very close now. And Newcastle will do that. Even if we draw to Newcastle, it's absolutely done and dusted. I think now it's done. But if Newcastle take a point off us, it's completely over. If Liverpool, which I think they will, beat Crystal Palace away and they play first, I think that is on. I don't know if that's Saturday or Sunday, actually. I can't remember. I think it might be Saturday. So, and then William Saliba will think, nah, mm-mm, nah. I want to go to Real Madrid. I want to win trophies. I want to play with Mbappe, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. They're my French teammates, man. I'm too good for this. Just not getting a title, not getting to Wembley. Not I know obviously that we can't detail what happens yet. We're reaching finals, etc. But he'll know. He'll think the title's done. The title. If he sees like 7 points by Liverpool, 6 points, he'll just think, yeah, it's over. I'm out. I'm out. My contract ends in 27. Start talking to agent, boss. Florentino Perez is a massive fan of Saliba, apparently, as well. Real Madrid president. Crypto 2021. I'm Liverpool and crypto. What we got? 2021. Big up to crypto. I'm Liverpool and I remember Arsenal playing some of the best football I've seen. Bergkamp, one of my favourite players of all time. That real one of all time. Why did you all think a trainee manager would be good enough? Absolute crypto. Welcome to the chat, mate. If you could just smash the likes and subscribe if you already haven't. Absolutely. This is it. And Dennis Bergkamp, to me, I will say Dennis Bergkamp's the best gifted footballer we've seen in Premier League. And people say Henri, and I say Bergkamp. I think Dennis Bergkamp was the best footballer we've ever seen in Premier League. I honestly do. And I am not one of those people who say, oh, David Raya, yeah, he's best goalkeeper in the world, like Igel, and what other people. Yeah, Raya's best goalkeeper in the world. Ben White, best right back. Mm-mm. I am definitely not like that. But I do say Dennis Bergkamp because, like you just said, Crypto, we had some phenomenal footballers back in day under Arsene Wenger's era, which we did, and there's no ignoring it. And again, like you just said as well, why do these pricks, these obsessed Arteta fans, think, oh, a trainee's going to work? It's just not worked. It's not worked. And this is what I mean. I never wanted Arteta in the first place. I did not want him. There was talk that he was going to be coming in before Unai Emery did. And I was like, no, 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 do not bring Arteta to this club. I didn't want him. And then obviously Unai Emery got it. I wasn't massively sold on Unai Emery, to be honest, but I thought, yeah, European pedigree, etc., won things. But when I heard Arteta before Unai Emery, I'm like, no, don't let that happen. And then it didn't happen. Unai Emery got it, obviously, so that was okay. But I have never backed him. There's been times, I'll tell a lie, there's been times where I thought, he's a good manager. He really is a good manager. And then next minute, just does things and you think, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then you look at it and you think, three facts, what I'll always bring up, probably bring it up 5 times a stream now, where we are currently. Don't reach Wembley. Watch other teams playing at Wembley now. Don't reach any single final. Other teams get there and we don't win any trophies. Other teams win them. So that's 3 facts, and you can't mask. No one can say any different over that. No one can. But crypto, just like Matt Bowman, what are you saying about Liverpool, mate? What are you saying? Because I think when they start clicking, they're going to start steamrolling teams. Everybody, I'm just going to the toilet. Not be a second. Yes, everybody. Where are we? See if I've missed anything. Oh, why have I missed that? Do apologise, AFC. I think I greeted you and I didn't read you. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. FC always Madueke out injured add this to a mental list over the past 2 years, and there's quite clearly a pattern. Wally Wallis will tell you we're just yeah, absolutely, FC. Big up to you, my guy. Sorry about that. I greeted you, but I forgot to read the comment. Yeah, you'll say, "Oh, yeah, it's just unlucky. It's just unlucky that we're getting injuries." That's all you're going to say. No, it's not natural. Like all these players are getting injured, but it's like freak injuries. You don't see them getting crunched in tackles and that. It's this manager, and I heard, which I know some teams do. I heard that there were training session like Saturday, before Man City game. They actually had a training session. Now I understand that sometimes because if you've got a game on the next day, you want to get the blood flowing in the legs. You know what I mean? You want to get used to it. You want to get them warmed up. But I can imagine, like even the day before the Man City game, he'd have gone full ball. He'd have gone absolute alpha level with him. Right, run, 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 and not doing anything light. You know what I mean? Just because it's like he's a control freak. He wants to show him that I'm in charge and I say everything. Everything I say goes. You know what I mean? I can just imagine him doing that. Because he's a prick. That's why. Um, Matt Bowman, winning when not playing well is annoying, and keeping clean sheets is what Liverpool need. Kind of lucky, but maybe the work rate is there, just not that. Yeah, this honestly, Matt, it's a bit annoying because you're conceding every game, but honestly, Liverpool, they are going to click, man. They will click. Honestly, they're going to click, and they will start steamrolling teams. And the thing is, they might steamroll, let's say. 5 teams. You might go on a Madden, you might go on a mad one just for 5 teams, and you think, fucking hell, you've scored like 15 goals, and then Arsenal's drawn again, and you've just gone right. We've just gone on a Madden, then you might go back to like winning 2-1, etc. But you've wrapped the league up, mate. You've wrapped the title up, and I honestly think it's over. And I said this, I think it was about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, no more than two, that Arsenal's title will be over by October. And I'm not far off. And if we draw Sunday, it's truly done and dusted. You might as well put it in breaking news. Liverpool win the league. Because Man City have messed up, mate. They've lost 2 games already. They've made it hard for themselves. And this isn't Liverpool, you know, we're not talking about Liverpool who's not got over the line before. They won it last season with Arne Slot coming from Dutch Eredivisie and walking Arteta all the way around. Dog walked Arteta, made it look easy. Arsenal didn't even challenge me. And on slot, Dutch Eredivisie with Feyenoord, LZ Alkmaar, and Go Ahead Eagles. He just literally took the piss out of stubborn, smug prick, Mikel Arteta. Where are we? Crypto, based on the competition, it looks like it could be in the bag already. Honestly, crypto, mate, it's mad, mate, isn't it? But and you get told, oh, it's September, it's September. You need to start waking the fuck up, mate, and looking at the points tally. Forget the month, but this is what you're going to get from all these obsessed Arteta fans. You're rubbish. You're talking bollocks. You ain't got a clue what you're talking about football. I've been watching football a lot longer than you, pal, so shut the fuck up. And you're going to get that. You'll say that, and these obsessed Arteta fans say, "Look at this idiot! Look, saying league titles over in September because they're just thinking at month. They're just seeing the month. They're blindsided. They're trying to mask over. How about start thinking of the points tally, the number, the points tally? But no, they won't do that because then that means it comes back into maybe Arsenal. The title's over, but they can't say anything with Arteta because they love him to bits. They're obsessed with him. Where already anything could happen. I'm used to losing by 1 point to the Oil 115 Chargers. Yeah, I mean, Man City will finish second, I think, now. Claire loves Elise. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Claire. Hope you're well. If you're new to chat, people, please, if you could just smash the likes and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And I'm clear, I imagine that's Elise, the Bayern Munich player, ex-Crystal Palace. Terry Tibbs, how are you, my guy? Good to see you. I wonder if Arteta will go with the 3 fridges vs Newcastle, Rich. You know what? Honestly, Terry, my guy, I don't know. I honestly, you could even imagine him going with a midfield of Declan Rice, Trossard, and Martin Odegaard. This manager could do anything. Anything. He could even put David Raya on fucking wing. He's honestly, I do not know anything what he will do no more. I really don't, Terry. Right, I'm going to read the rest of these people's comments as well. I don't want to miss any. Where are we? Matt Bowman, good morning, Claire. I'm Terry Tibbs, going to call you Mr. Rich. Kyle Welsh told Lee, Matty, Northside, etc. It was over by Halloween last season. And it was. Yeah, big up to Kyle Welsh, mate. He's a proper one, man. Claire loves Elise. Hi, Matt. How are you? FK, how are you, my guy? Good to see you in the chat. FK Arsenal 1983. Big up, Rich. Hope you're good, mate. We should be known as Coward FC. Yeah, Coward FC, Nearly FC. And then if you want to base it on selling players, you're going to have to throw Snail FC. You're definitely going to have to mention Snail FC when it comes to Arsenal selling players because we're horrendous. And Andre Berta's got to change that, let me tell you. Matt Bowman, kids on school run and the missus working downstairs, so watching Rich upstairs. Well, thank you very much, people. You know, you just don't know who's going to jump in chat, mate, at any time. You just don't really know who's going to be jumping in. You really don't know. And it's great to see, and I love it. And sometimes you think, yeah, I'll jump on for 45 minutes. It never works like that, you know. More people jump in, new people jump into chat, and it's brilliant. I really do enjoy it. Sometimes you think, oh, I can't be asked to go on a live. I can't be. And then you jump in, and it's like new people come in, fans from other clubs turn up. Like we're crypto. I love this, and I want more fans. Any single fan is welcome, providing you don't talk like a wet wipe and childish shit. Oh, Arteta, he deserves a 10-year contract. He's the best manager in the world. No. Go away. Go away, child. I had someone the other day on a comment. Why did you just, you can tell you're an Aston Villa fan, you know what I mean? And he looked and you think, oh, shock. He's got a profile picture of Mikel Arteta. Can't remember what now. Arteta's era, I think it is. I don't know if he's jumped in any other people's chats. Where are we? FC always, we lose to Port Vale tonight. Arteta should be sacked on the spot and leave him in Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, 100% FC. Go and tell him to knock on Tony Pulis' door so he can nut him. Matt Bowman, FC always. Claire loves Elise. Yes, the greatest player ever. Well, he's a very good player, Claire. Elise is a very good player. He's doing well at Bayern. It's a club where it's suited. He was okay at Palace, though. Picked a lot of injuries up, but yeah, it's a nice little setup at Bayern. So much attacking players and all. Terry Tibbs, we should be spanking Port Vale by 3 or 4 goals. Yeah, we should. We should, people. And you know what? I've even done a little bit of a lineup. I haven't done it properly yet, and I'm doing a match preview, match predictions, I think, later on. But the lineup, you think, well, I mean, is he injured? Is he going to be playing? You just don't know. You don't know. Even the lineups now are getting hard to predict. Where are we? Terry Tibbs, Elise is a baller. Man, imagine him at Arsenal. Oh, mate. Him and Eze and Saka and Gyökeres. Ooh. But I'll tell you something. I don't know what people think in chat, but bring me Antonio Semenyo to Arsenal. Please bring me that guy to Arsenal. That's like, with the creativity, that's like the cherry on the top. Semenyo. Bring me that guy to Arsenal. Once we ship Trossard out, and Martinelli, it's a shame with Martinelli, but he's got to go. It's his 3rd season in a row. I know he scored 2 in a row. I get that. But bring me Semenyo. Antonio Semenyo, Arsenal. I mean, great signing from Bournemouth, from signing from Bristol City for about 9 million, but his contract's to about 2028, I think. But bring me that guy. Just bring me that guy to this football club. Fuck Odegaard off. Get rid of Trossard. Get rid of Martinelli. Because we're still not done with attacking options, people. We still need, like, an Semedo would still be needed at Arsenal, because we're going to have to get rid of Trossard and Martinelli, and we need a backup striker as well. So I would get rid of Odegaard, Havertz, Trossard, and Martinelli. I'd bring Semedo in, Ivan Toney in for a backup, and maybe a Rafael Leao. But we won't do that because that's the thing now. You can get ready for Arsenal. Oh, we've brought you 3 attacking players. That's it. No more for 10 years. No more. No more. That's what we'll get. Excuse me. And I need to get ready and all, because if Kroenkes start pushing the button to want this to expand the Emirates, I don't see another. I don't see players coming in like in summer. I think that's it. I think that's what they'll do. They sneak it. They'll think, yeah, you've got your players. We've given you the players, but get ready because this is it. There's not going to be nothing like it was. It's not going to be nothing like it was in somewhat we've just gone next summer. We might spend 60 million, and that's what you can imagine from these owners. So that's why I say they still are a problem. They might not. They might keep going for it and going full ball. But you can just imagine Josh Kroenke saying, right, we've done a great window. He hasn't got a clue how to slog out for 9 months in the English Premier League to get over the line. Let's just put the handbrake on now. We don't need to sign any. Yes, you do. You need to keep maximising every window because players are going to leave. They need to be replaced. And we still need a left winger. And we need a backup striker. And how many more times are we going to attempt to sign just a proper left back? Just get a fucking proper left back. Right, where is it? Matt Bowman, these top gunners don't get stressed. Igel never gets angry or sick with Arsenal. He passes the negativity on to others. Yeah, he does. Robert Prudence, morning, ladies and gentlemen. Robert, big up to you, my guy. Morning to you, mate. Terry Tibbs, Igel is just using Arsenal to get a clout for his. Yeah, that's what I keep saying, Terry. Harrison Mew, Tom Canton, Igel, Adam Keys, Egan, Moneypenny. They've just used Arsenal to boost their social media platform. And unfortunately, they've brainwashed absolutely thousands of people to get where they want to be. And it's worked. Do you know what I mean? It's worked. So they've got thousands of puppets what keep their social media boosted, where there's loads of followers on Twitter, there's loads of subscribers on YouTube, but they've just lied to get there. And they've brainwashed that many people. And unfortunately, there's so many vulnerable people. They could say it's going to snow tomorrow and it'll be all in blue. Will it? Will it, Rory? Oh, wow. Do you know what I mean? It's disgusting in a way. It really is. And you've got little pricks like Moneypenny, what goes live on Sky and makes a mockery of Arsenal Football Club. Claire Loves Ollie say, maybe he will be if Arteta ever leaves. It's my dream. So, Claire, you Arsenal fan? You Arsenal fan, yeah? I'm Jerry Tibbs. Gyökeres is the backup striker, Rich. We all know this. Yeah, he is, mate. This is what Arteta's doing. He's getting so... I'm not going to use a 18-plus word, but I bet he's getting really excited thinking, yes, Kai Havertz and Odegaard, my love childs, they're nearly back. They're going straight in team. And then it'll be like, well, got to give Gyökeres a break because it's not really worked out for him before. No, you prick, because you're messing around with the creativity at Arsenal. And more I keep saying it, the more it goes into my head. That clip with Eze as a number 10, he's just got to be Arsenal's number 10. I'm not going to let anyone say any different. He is an absolute cert of a number 10. He is brilliant as a number 10. 50 times better than Odegaard. Even Wanyeri. 20 times better than Odegaard. Where are we? Where's this gone? Yeah, Terry Tibbs. Yeah, Claire loves Elise. Hi, Robert. Claire loves Elise. Yes, I am, but I love Elise ever since my dad took me to see one of his matches. Oh, nice one. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. People have admiration for like a bit of affiliation to a player, and then they love him and they like him. My favourite player for Arsenal is William Saliba. I've watched all his loans, and that were it. That just made my mind up. And I have never, can honestly say, I've had a favourite player where he's a defender. Never. It's always Arteta needs to know and understand how to utilize players to their strengths and switch up the style of play. Also, learn more about game management and man management to players. Yeah, he does. He does AFC, and that's the thing. Onslaught knows how to do that. Do you know what I mean? Look at look at Eddie Howe against Bournemouth away Sunday. There were no Alanga, there were no Harvey Barnes, there were no Bruno Guimaraes, there was no Joe Linton, there was no Gordon, but I think you're injured. So Newcastle are going to be thriving. Absolutely. Newcastle are going to be thriving. I swear to God. On Sunday, they're going to be like, come on then, Arsenal. Come on then. Because they're going to take the game to Arsenal. I'm telling you now, they need to like step up a little bit. They're on like a bit of a sticky patch. They're going to come at Arsenal. And last place you want to go. I swear to God. Last place you want to go when you know you cannot even draw this game, when you literally cannot even draw this match at all. The last place you want to go is to St. James's Park. Sunday afternoon, 4:30 kickoff, televised. It's the last place you want to go. And we can't draw people. We're in a situation now where we can't even draw a football match. We have to take every game and make sure it ends up in 3 points. I mean, it's just not acceptable. It's not. Um, yeah, definitely, 100% AFC man. Honestly, his man management's pathetic. It's like he's just a control freak. You don't want anyone questioning him. You don't want the players asking him why or should we do that. It's all about Arteta. As long as it benefits Arteta rather than Arsenal Football Club, he's happy. That's it. Claire loves Elise. Mine's Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel. AFC. Sorry. Declan Rice should be Arsenal's captain. Martin Odegaard's the weakest captain I've seen in football. But the second, to me, candidate is Gabriel. It's got to be Declan Rice and then Gabriel. Or if it's not Declan Rice, Gabriel. FC always, Arteta spent 1 billion and Southampton created more chances. I know, mate, I know. FC, this is what I'm saying at Anfield last night than what we did. But this is what I mean. And look at Bournemouth, took the game to Liverpool. They were 2-2 at one point. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, people. How many more things we can come up with is just it's endless. It's absolutely endless. He's an absolute stubborn, smug prick, and this is what he is. Sums him up. He won't change. No plan B. Stubborn. Get out of this club. Or let me add, get the fuck out of this club. Where are we? Claire loves Elise. Arteta hates flair players. I think he does, Claire. He don't like players what express themselves and play with freedom. He can't stand it. You can see it. You can see it. He does not like it because it's like, I don't know. Like all I can say is like the expansive. They express themselves. They play with freedom. They know what. Like look at Eze. How he just took the game into his own account on Sunday. He would. Oh man. I mean that clip. I get. I've been done for copywriting and all, so I can't really. But I just watched it over and over again, and I don't normally do that. I'll watch a clip and I'll be like, "Yeah, that's it. I've seen it." But I even shared it on here on a stream. I even shared it. I think 6 times. I've never done that. I've never done that. I couldn't stop watching it. The way he came on and just took the game in his own account. It was like the way he was receiving the ball back to goal, where he could control it with his left or right, very confident with his back to goal. He knew he could spin away by touching it on his left, touching it on his right. The way his forward thinking is, the way he drives, the intensity, urgency, how close the ball is to his feet. How he can look like he's going to turn other way, and then come and meet a ball with intensity, which makes the defender think, hell, I thought he'd win that way. And then he runs onto it and comes forward just by changing his foot shape. It's forward thinking. Is it, what his first thought is, I'm going to cause havoc with the opponent. I'm going to rattle him and drag him everywhere and pass the ball fast into Vic Jocker's feet, pass it fast to Saka. I'm going to pull trigger if you give me a chance. We have been only this prick, this stubborn, smug fucking prick of a manager could have one of the best creative players in Europe, a boyhood Arsenal fan, and still, I can't use him at 10 because my love child's here, Martin Odegaard. I don't have to play him left wing because might give Martinelli a run or Trossard. Fuck off and just put him as a number 10 because he's absolutely levels above Martin Odegaard. Eze has to be Arsenal's number 10. And any other manager would have done that, would have been like, Eze, or Arsenal, boyhood club, straight in at number 10. Odegaard, weakest captain in football, our worst player last season, based on performance as well. Yeah, fuck off. We're done. Move on. Odegaard, you're now at bench, mate. You're fighting for your place. You're going to be playing FA Cups, Carabao Cups. You're not needed in the starting lineup. Simple as that. That's how I feel about Odegaard when we've got Eze now. And again, it goes back to, it's a massive shame because the players we've got now at this club, when you've got the luxury of bringing Saka on and Eze, but it's this manager. He's the one what's bringing problems constantly. And I tell you something now, if he even starts Moreno, Rice and Zubamendi against Newcastle on Sunday, even before the whistle's gone to kick off, I bet you there's booze. I bet you there's booze in around the St. James's Park. I bet you, from the Arsenal fans. Matt Bowman, I like Chloe Kelly. Yeah, she's got a fantastic penalty on and all. Where are we? Rob Prudence, his plan, the second half against City, his plan B, second half against City would be any other manager's starting 11. Yeah, absolutely, Robert. That's what I mean, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're sitting here. Yeah, I've played football myself for 7 years. I've never managed. And, other people in chat, I don't know if you've done and Gunner for Life, etc. I think what about, were you managing Rich other day? I think you said, I think it was Gunner for Life. I think you did mention that. And then someone mentioned it on about managing and that. And we can see it. Anyone with a brain cell, man, can see. Why would you drop Eze? Why would you not play Eze against Man City when you need the best weapons you can to cause a problem? And he would have caused them a problem. It's like Arteta's just thinking, I do what I want. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm under no pressure. And anything I say or want goes. And you've got all these pricks like Harry Symeou, Rory talks BS, Canton, Igal, Money, the lot are backing it constantly. And they are a massive part of the problem why Arsenal will not move forward as a football club. Because they lick the fuck out of his ass. Gunner for Life, 82. Morning, Rich and the community. Hope you are well, brother. Come on, you Gunners. Gunner for Life. How are you, my guy? Gunner for Life. Yeah, that was me, Rich. I thought, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gunner for Life. Do you know what I mean? It's like what Roberts just said. Anybody who's never managed before, even watched football for probably only 5 years or whatever, can see. Why would Eze be on your bench? What logic is there to that? It's pathetic. FC always at Gunner for Life. Big up. Community settings. Great to see people. I think I'm going to wrap this up in about, I'm at 6 minutes, I think 6 minutes. So tonight, this is what I would go with, and I have no idea who's going to be in the match day squad, who's injured, who's not injured. This is just what I'm saying. So I would go with Kepa, net, obviously. Ben White, right back, if fit. Mosquera, Calafiori, centre backs. Miles Lewis-Skelly, as much as I'd love to see him get a chance in midfield, it's not going to happen. And if you don't play left back, which we're starting to see now, this wanker of a manager is ruining Miles Lewis-Skelly. Get ready as well for him to say, right, I'm an England international, scored on my debut, got a chance in a lifetime to play at World Cup. If this don't improve, I am going to look to move. And people say, no chance to sign a new deal. That means nothing in football. Nothing. Just to protect the value. So Miles Lewis-Skelly left back. I'd go with a lone soldier, the enforcer. Put Norgard in there, just let him sit. Norgard be the enforcer. He would stay there at middle. That's my midfield general. Then in front of him, I'd go with Ethan Wanyeri and Martin Odegaard. So a bit, there's enough creativity there. On the up front, I would go with Martinelli, right wing, Max Darwin, and left wing, Martinelli. Trossard. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I do not want to see Eze playing against Port Vale. I don't want to see Gyökeres playing against Port Vale, Declan Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, definitely not. Raya. But on the other side of it, then I'm thinking to myself, do we go full strength-ish, and get the job done and wrapped up in the first half? What do you think? What do you think is the best scenario tonight? Do the team what I just said with Miles Lewis-Skelly, etc., Calafiori, Mosquera, Martinelli up front. Do you think? What do you think? Go down that route, or go with more first team players and rip the shit out of them. Hopefully, even the 19th currently in the league at the moment. Go there, full ball, take the game to him, be ruthless, and get the job done by half time. What do you think? I think it's a bit of a tricky one because I don't want to be saying, we're not playing our best team. But end of the day, anyone with, they know for a fact what I'm on about. This is Man City, people, and Port Vale. It's just not even no comparison. So what I'm saying about that is, people say, oh yeah, but you're saying about playing the best players, and then about Martinelli up front. That's what those people would say. The obsessed Arteta fans, because they thrive on any little sign they can get to flip it, so it goes back to their, so it suits them. So what would you that detention thing? I knew that. What do you do tonight? Do you do the Martin up front, Diamond right, Trossard left, Norgard as the lone midfielder, Ethan Wanyeri, Odegaard in front, Mosquera, Calafiori at back because Incapi don't even know if he's available. And Miles Lewis-Skelly's got to get some minutes, people. He's got to play. And unfortunately, it's going to have to be left back because he's not going to get a trial in centre midfield where I'd love to see him. Or do you put more first teamers in there? Let me know what you think, because the first scenario is that I do not want to get Saliba, Gabriel, Declan Rice, Eze, Gyökeres, Saka. Especially with this manager, I don't want to risk any injuries whatsoever. But then I know if they play, we could be 3-0 up at half time and the game's buried, done and dusted, and take them all off. But then even with the team that I mentioned before that, with Martin, etc., I still think that's good enough to even maybe win 3-0. And then still, take players off, etc. So I don't know what we do. Do we go full of strength, or like what I mentioned with my team? But ideally, I want this game wrapped up by half time because I want to get one focus ready for Newcastle. Right, let me just see where we go. Good of life, yeah. Yes, that was me, Richie. I thought it was good of life, and big up to my guy as well. AFC always good of life, good settings. Good for life. 82. You don't need to be a coach to see his starting lineup tactics and in-game management is up. Well, absolutely gonna. That's what I'm saying. You could watch football for 3 years and say 3 DMs in midfield when you're at home. Eze on bench. It would click like that. FK Arsenal 1983. Rich Harry is start two questions. Sorry, Rich Harry is start two questions. Arteta now. Oh, really? Harry has Harry has started to question Arteta now whether he's good enough or not. The fans are starting to turn. Well, I will say this. Let me just read everyone's comment out. Um, uh, Tom Canton's estimate has gone up a little bit. Estimation, estimation. Tom Canton's has gone up a little bit for me, based on what he did for Shane Gooner. He invited him onto the channel, and he actually has invited me to go on his channel. I said kind of no, not yet, because I think I'd be like, you puppet, you're an absolute wanker. I don't know if I could hold back. I don't know if I could hold back. And it's his channel, so I can't really be like I am on mine, you know what I mean? Because I kind of, even though I don't like those people, it's their channel, and you do have to have a little bit of respect sometimes, you know what I mean, when you're invited. So, like Shane said, he's gone up in his estimation a little bit because he invited him on, and I watched it. I did, and yes, he was saying his usual things at times, but Tom was kind of realizing what Shane was saying and sympathizing with him a little bit. So I do respect that he invited Shane on, because other people don't. Do you know what I mean? You won't get you won't get Rory talks BS, little puppet, little wank stain. He won't invite people like that on his channel. No chance. He'd be scared shitless. So yeah, I mean, if they started to turn people, it's not that way. You know, all it is just you're waking up to facts. As simple as that. Gonna fly, big up AFC always, AFC always. Arteta ain't gonna take this game seriously tonight. He never does. He bins all the domestic cup competitions. I know, AFC. This is what I mean. You don't know what's going to happen. You really don't know, honestly. Um, Claire loves Elise. I really hope Max starts. Yeah, definitely, Claire. I want Max to start, 100%. Gonna fly, 82. Today's game should be easy win for us, but Arteta will make it difficult. You can see it. FC always down, starts the down starts and gets detention at school on Thursday. Yeah, he will do. He'll get detention. He'll be on a curfew, AFC, because he'll be late. He'll be sat there in classroom on Thursday like that. I must not play for Arteta again. I must not play for Arteta again. I must not play for Arteta. His teacher will give him lines saying, I must not play for Arteta again. Oh, it's mad when he's still at school. It's honestly, it's hard to grasp, man. It's hard to get your head around it. Gunner for Life 82. Big up. Claire loves Elise. Claire loves Elise. I, Gunner. Claire loves Elise. I think we would snap your hand off for that detention. I think he would snap your hand off for that detention. Yeah, yeah. I mean, can you imagine when he's at school and he's like, "Be playing for Arsenal in a few hours, pal," like to his mates and that. I mean, I think he personally, it's not like that. I think he gets the best private tutoring. I really do. I don't think he's in a classroom now with all people around him. I just can't imagine it. Like, they're sat in class and it's like, oh, it's dinner time. What are you doing later, Max? They're just playing for Arsenal in Carabao Cup. I mean, it must be literally like the everyone must be round him at school. Nah, I don't think they'll allow it now. I don't think they'll allow it. You know what he earns. You know what I mean? He not be obviously getting it for his pocket, but he's ready to be earning like around about £5,000 a week, mate. Do you know what I mean? I just can't. He's been on tour at Singapore. He's on Sky. I can't imagine him like being in a classroom with other people. I can't. Gonna fly H2 as strong as possible. Rest players that need the rest. Get the game won early and sub. Yeah, absolutely gonna. And I think that team that I mentioned, some people might not agree. I think that's capable of winning 3-0. But the problem comes with this manager. If he doesn't let that team express itself, then we are in a shit street, because that's not the strongest you can go. And if he stops that and keeps the handbrake on, then it could be a late 1-0 and take us right to wire. People, just going to nip to the toilet. I do apologise. Scott Kirk, how are you, my guy? Good to see you. Morning, afternoon, evening. Scott Kirk, we can't go into this thinking they. Why is that not showing? Scott Kirk, we can't go into this thinking they a low league team. Yeah, I mean we can't disrespect them. I get that. I do understand what you're saying, my guy. Honestly, but we need to start remembering we're the Arsenal as well, and we need to rip into them and try and get the job done very early because we do need to rest players and get them off and get ready for the Newcastle game. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's like having to getting the players like Martinelli off, it'd be ideal. And I just I want to get it done really early. I want to see full throttle and be ruthless and get it over and done with. I want to be 3-0 up by half time. FK Arsenal 98-3. I want to see Lewis Skelly in the number 8 tonight. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, FK. I want to see Skelly playing that midfield, but it's not going to happen. And I honestly think, and I don't know what people think in chat, I honestly think Miles Lewis Skelly, if this does not improve and he's missing games like say 2 in a row, and then he's getting another 15-minute after onto third game in a row, I don't see him standing for it. I honestly don't. I think he's just going to be like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. I'm an England international. I've scored on my debut. You know what I mean? I put myself on map. I was brilliant last season. He's too good to be on bench. Same as Ethan Wanyeri. And I tell you something now. If those two leave this football club because they're not getting minutes, Mikel Arteta will be lucky to get out of that Emirates in a safe way because there'll be some fans that will be absolutely ruthless. They will destroy him. Gunner for life. It's 2. Facts, Rich. Max ain't in a public score. No way. No chance. Gunner for no way. He won't. He won't. Gunner for life, my guy. It won't be safe. And you know for a fact he won't. In this day and age, he wouldn't be safe. There would be people trying to get to him all the time. Obviously, they want his autograph. They'd be trying to get his money. They'd do anything. Track him down where he lives. No chance. Scott Kirk, I heard he gets all score paid and he gets zero a week, but at end of season, his family get payment. Max Diamond, right now, his family, his parents will be very, very looked after. Very, very well looked after, 100%. Claire loves Elise. I feel sorry for MLS as he even played this season. Maybe a few. Claire, it's annoying, isn't it? It's he's going to leave. Honestly, if this situation don't change, look, he's a young guy. It's his club. He's not daft. He understands it. He's a proper footballer. He's a great footballer. He's a baller. He's like an ankle biter, like Jack Wilshere. And he understands that you're at Arsenal, big club. You have to fight for your place. You don't just say, "Oh, yeah, that's my place," and I'm cementing it. Even like last season, he did at left back. He were a great left back, but he were getting caught sometimes, a couple of red cards, and he had a third, and he stretches out a little bit. He's a bit rash, but it's not his freaking position. That's why he's a natural midfielder, and he can see it because he's good on the ball. He's got a good football brain, like good intelligence, and he's a baller. He's compact. He's strong. He's a bit like Jack Wilshere. He's an ankle biter. So he's not daft. He knows it's a squad game. You win a league title on a squad with a squad. Sorry, but he's going to be looking at it and thinking, "This, no, I'm not accepting being on bench for 2 games in a row and 0 minutes. And then let's say the third game, like I just said a minute ago, oh, I got a shitty 15 minutes. And then next game, he plays half a match. He's too good. And the thing is now, with Miles Lewis-Skelly and even Wanyeri, they know they are. They know they're too good to be on the bench constantly and missing 2 games in a row. Even Wanyeri is a European under-21 championship winner with England. You know what I mean? These are confident people, and I'm a massive fan of them both. I think Ethan Wanyeri is class, and so is Miles Lewis-Skelly. And they are not going to stand for being on that bench. And they will, if it don't change by Christmas, let's say for both of them, I think they'll be talking to the agents and saying, look, we didn't sign up for this. We didn't sign new contracts. We want you to keep like this phone open and take calls if needed, because I can see him getting. I'm not saying they'll walk into a Real Madrid team, and buy him, but they'll get more minutes in nearly all teams in Europe. I honestly think they're that good. They could get plenty of game time at Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? Plenty of game time at Bayern. Um, I'm not saying they're going to start, but they would. They would start breaking the way into team. They're really, really good footballers, honestly. And again, just look at what this manager's doing. You know, last season they were both brilliant. Ethan Wanyeri, 9 goals all competitions. Miles Lewis-Skelly, breakthrough season at left back, fantastic. Yes, there's obviously 2 red cards, but it's like, nah. Yeah, thank you, pal. Last season, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri, thank you. You made it like you changed because we had a shit season, didn't even turn up against Liverpool at League. But the positive is that obviously Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri, yeah, you made it so it looked a bit better. Nah, don't need you guys. Don't need you. See ya. Where are we? Good for life, 82. Clearly, Ali say correct. He hasn't played at all. It's criminal what he is doing to Ethan and Miles. Yeah, it is. It is gonna fly. It really is. Like I just said, it's like last season. He's used them. Used them. Thanks for helping me out, making it look like that were at least a positive to think of. The breakthrough of Miles Lewis, Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri. Now I don't need you now. See ya. That's how it feels. What he's done. Where are we? Loves Lise. He did it to Ethan Wanyeri last season. He deserves to play. He did play. He did. Like Wanyeri last season, like I said, scored 9 goals in all competitions. Next minute, he couldn't even get game time. He couldn't get minutes. He didn't even bring him on against PSG in the second leg. We were desperate for a goal. He just let him rot. Just let him rot. He didn't even bring him on. I swear to God, this manager, more people what come in chat, what say things, and it just brings you things up. You could go all day on about it because he is absolutely taking Arsenal Football Club backwards. He's an absolute stubborn, smug prick to the highest level. He is the one bringing all the problems right now to Arsenal. It's factually correct. Good for 82. Claire loves Lee say, I totally agree. And he definitely did. He absolutely took the piss out of Ethan Wanyeri last season towards the back end. Even against Ipswich, Ethan Wanyeri gets about 6 minutes, comes on, bang, goal. Gonna fly to do. The fraud is ruining your young English talent, and it's our English talent, and it's a World Cup season. This is what I'm saying. Gonna fly 100%, mate. Where are we? Gonna fly 82. Even Max, I know he's young, but he should be managed better. Even if he should have had more minutes this season, he should. Imagine someone like Simone or Conte, someone with Dalman and Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Wanyeri and Saka and Victor Gyökeres and Eze. Oh, mate. Simone, Conte, Angelotti, Klopp, Pep, probably Spalletti, who used to manage Napoli, who before Conte won it last season with Napoli. Spalletti was last manager to win it with Napoli. I mean, Eddie Howe, Thomas Frank, you know what I mean? Even him, he would be miles better than Arteta at Arsenal. He would have won league for Arsenal the last 3 years. And then you've got Inzaghi, you've got Enrique. There's just so many. Nuno Espirito Santo. He would be better than what all those managers I have listed. They would have won a league with Arsenal in the last 3 years because they would have made sure the balance is right, which is one of the most simplest first things you do in a team, get the balance right. And they would have signed a striker for us and a backup for Saka. And it's only took until this summer window. We had to wait all those years to have a striker at Arsenal Football Club when this club used to implement fear into other teams just with our strikers. And we've had to go 3 seasons, people, without a striker because of this wanker of a manager and no backup for Saka, who's ran him into ground. And obviously, Gareth Southgate's ran Saka into ground. And now he's had a grade tier 3 hamstring injury. And I guarantee you now, and I said this at the start of the season, Saka will be one of those players now where he's in and out all the time with injuries because he's never been injured before, but he's been ran into ground by Southgate as well. Yeah. And Arteta. I nearly said Wenger then. Scott Kirk, MLS and Ethan was the highlight of last year. That's what I'm saying, Scott Kirk. That's what I mean, mate. It was. The highlights of Arsenal's last season was Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri, won't mention his name, but who's now no longer with us, being released by the club. his season where he played like 35 games without getting injured, one of 5 players to do that, and it was Arsenal's best all-round midfielder. That's 3 things. I think there were maybe a 4th. I can't remember. I think there might have been a 4th, but I can't remember. Where are we? Robert Prudence, any top manager in world football would snap your arm off to manage this team. Fact. I know. Robert, I know, mate. And yet, how the hell do we get this manager out? How do we get him out? We can't, can we? It's like he's got a shield around him and he's protected. Gonna fly 82. Big up Robert Prudence. Facts. I mean, how do we? Well, I will say this, and I'm sure people's heard me in my chat already. Man City's next manager is going to be Enrique. I'm sticking to that. Manager of Man City next season, or if Man City drop any points and Pep's like, right, I've won the lot of Man City, I've won every single trophy, hands are up, thank you very much. He's an absolute genius, one of the greatest managers ever, and walks away. Because that's the difference with Pep. That's why I like him a lot, just for so many reasons. He will say, I've took this club as far as I can, and I've won it all. Now I'm handing it over. And this could be any time of this season. This could be any time in this season. Now I'm handing it over to Enrique, a friend of mine, ex-teammate of mine at Barcelona. I'm 100% confident Enrique will manage Man City if Pep walks either this season or next season. I think it's nailed on. I honestly do. I can't see any other manager who Man City will pick apart from Enrique. I think it's. Of course, they've had conversations about it. They would have mentioned it. Would you manage Man City one day, Enrique? They're gonna. They would have had a conversation about it. Robert Prudence, Gunner for Life 82. Good morning, morning, bro. Community settings, people, great to see. Gunner for Life 82. I agree, Rich. It will be Enrique. I would like him at Arsenal. I would. And you know what? He's not my first choice. He's not my first choice, but I would take Diego Simeone tomorrow because he's like a father figure. He would get Martinelli playing with freedom and expressing himself, allowing it. He would play to Gyökeres's strengths. He would say to Saka, don't you be tracking back. Yes, we ask a little bit of defensive duty because a left winger and a right winger, like I keep saying, his duty is to defend a little bit. But in Mikel Arteta's world, this new world he lives in, and all these fans, these new football fans, somehow think a left winger and a right winger, his duty is 70/80% defensive side, 20% attack. Bullshit, because it's about 70% attack, 30% defensive side. A winger's job was last year, was 5 years ago, and will be 20 years' time from now, is to contribute to score goals and take the burden off the striker and help and compete with the striker and score goals. And I will not have anyone say any different. A winger's job is to score goals and help and contribute. People might not agree, but that's how I see it. And that's how when I played football myself, wingers who I had outside of me, do you think they're going to look at me and think, I hope Rich scores more goals than me? I hope he scores more goals than me this season. I really do. I want Rich to score more goals. And I'm not being beginner. I did. I scored 79 goals in one season. But they weren't saying that. One of them was my personal friend, who's my friend now. He's going to be looking and thinking, Rich, I'm going to fucking beat you this year, pal. No one ever did. I was top scorer in my league for 4 seasons in a row and obviously my local team. But I know for a fact they were looking and thinking, I'm going to beat you, Rich. I'm going to beat you. And that's what a winger's job is, to compete with the striker. Do you think Saka looks at Gyökeres and thinks, I hope you score more goals than me? I don't want to score more goals than you, Victor. I hope you score more. No, mate. No. Not a chance. A winger's job. But this manager, he just thinks 78/80%, they must do defence. 70-80% defensive side, 20% attack. And that's why they're getting loads of injuries. That's why we're not seeing players playing with freedom. That's why we're not attacking, because he's causing so many problems in all different aspects for Arsenal Football Club. No plan B. not letting players play with freedom, changing things around, not playing players in correct positions. There's no Wembleys, no finals, no trophies. His stubborn ways, everything too defensive. He's done. People, if you're out there listening and you still believe in him or you're not sure, Mikel Arteta is done. I'm telling you, he's done. He is done at Arsenal. It ain't going to happen. So if you've never seen Arsenal Football Club win a Premier League title and you're still backing this manager, then sit back and visualise May right now with Liverpool stand there like that, lifting the Premier League title. Where are we? Just make sure I haven't missed anything. Going to fly 52. I agree, Rich. It will be Enrique. I would like him at Arsenal. Yeah, it's going to be, isn't it? He's going to City. It's written in stars, mate. It's like a PSG. He's won La Liga. Sorry, he's won League A at PSG. He's won Champions League. I don't know what their domestic cup title's name is. Like obviously in Spain, it's Copa del Rey. What more can he win? It's just boring for him now. You know what I mean? What more can he win at PSG? No disrespect, but it's as simple as that. You win league there, and then you go and win Champions League. Massive respect to him, and they wanted that. They were finding a manager what could get him over the line. Champions League, he's done it. They'll either honour it and say, "You made history for us. Go and manage your mate's team. Go and manage Man City." They might say that, or they might be stubborn and say, "You ain't going nowhere, pal." Or Enrique might not want to go yet. He might be absolutely set and love PSG and love Paris and in France. He might not want to leave. But I'm 100%. But the flip side of it is I do believe Man City will push for Enrique. Now, obviously, he can say, I don't want to leave. I don't want to come to England. But I think he does. I'm 100% it's going to happen. I really am. Claire loves Elise. I think Gabriel or even Saka won't fully test their hamstrings, especially for the World Cup year. Well, this is it, Claire. This is it, and all. This is it. All players now are going to be thinking it's World Cup. It's one chance in a lifetime. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss this World Cup. And obviously, Miles Lewis Skelly is already going to be thinking my place might be sliding away now because I'm not even getting any minutes for Arsenal. Scott Kirk, agree. Pep would walk Beefsack as he has integrity. He would, wouldn't he, Scott? He'd just be like, I'm gone. I'm gone. I've done everything for the club. It's going to be in his heart forever, etc. He's a genius. He would have the decency to walk away, 100%. Scott Kirk before. Good fly 52, Slot and Simone. I've got history too. It would be good to get him. Yeah, I like Diego Simone. He's like he's like a father figure and all. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them what would like say would get the Martinellis, etc. really purring and playing for him, really giving the freedom. Claire loves Elise. Well, 74 is so good. Well done. 79, Claire, 79. Not 74, 79. Well, yeah, I mean, we're not going into it too much because this channel should never be about me personally. You know what I mean? But basically, I played football from 7 to 14. My local team was the best football team in our community. We was the best. No, we was the actual best in the whole community. I had trials for Norwich City. I didn't make it. I wasn't good enough at end. But the main thing what I was very good at, I was your Ian Wright / Jermaine Defoe. I was a fox in box. Anything what landed in that box, it's back at net. It's going it back at net. But height wise, I were a midget, I were tiny, and build, I was skinny. I was like a McDonald's chip. Now, knowing what I know now about nutrition, etc., and this were at 10-year-old when I'm at trials at Norwich City where I didn't make it, etc. If I knew what I knew now about nutrition and obviously how to train and weights, etc., I'd have been doing 20 press ups every single day at 10-year-old and eating chicken and rice twice a day. But back then at that age, all you want to eat is Pop-Tarts. Do you know what I mean? And run out after school, go straight on green on local parks, etc. So I didn't make it end, but I had 7 good years at like top scorer in the league for 4 seasons, and obviously my team for that time, and Charleston North City, but I didn't make it in the end. So because then the last, let's say the last 3 years ish, I knew up here as well. Look, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to. I'm not tall enough. Players were getting taller. Players were putting a bit of muscle, like getting a bit thick-setted, and I wasn't. And I knew up there. I thought I'm not good enough. It's gone. I'm not. And I decided at 14, I broke my ankle. I broke the bone in the ankle where it joins up to the foot, and it obviously then you're getting close to getting to your first job working at 16. And I thought, you know what? It's gone. It's slipped away. Football's not. It's not going to happen for me no more. And I still think about it every single day. I miss it. I do. But I woke up and faced reality. And the facts were, I wasn't good enough in the end. I'd lost it. I'd lost it. You know, as a striker, putting the ball in net, I found it easy. It were easy for me. Like I said, 79 goals in 1 season, but I knew myself when my time were up. I knew it was go, and I'm not saying. Well, in fact, I am. Fuck it, I am, because it's football. It's a round thing. I'm relating it to it, and yes, I was a striker, and Arteta's a manager. But even then, I knew, and obviously young, and people say, "Oh, how can you compare that? You're a young kid. You're 10-year-old to." It's still a football. It's still played with a round thing. You know what I mean, etc. So, a little example there. I knew my time was done. I was the top striker in my league, like I said, for 4 years with my team. You know, um, and then there was a time where my team lost all our players. Obviously, I had the Charleston Norwich City. I didn't make it. My friend did, etc. And other players made it and started moving on to go into other clubs. And we were shit. We got relegated like once, and I thought, nah, I don't want to play in low leagues like this. I don't want to play in this league. And then this new team came about, and I knew the managers. I knew who was running it, and all my mates are like, "Yeah, I'm signing for that team." I'm like, "He's the next minute, oh, such and such." When we're in training with my team, what we're at, yeah, he went there overnight. He went down to thingy, um, that team. I won't mention names. He went down to that team and had a little bit of training session. I was like, fucking hell. And all I kept seeing is my mates going one by one to this new team. And this new team, I knew the managers, I knew who they were, I knew the setup, but they had a bit of a backing. They got a bit of financial backing from from the manager's dad, who was a very rich guy. And he was like, right, tracksuits to start with. And you know what, people? I'm sat there thinking, fucking hell. Like, I don't want to leave my club. It's my local club. Yeah, it was my club. It was like I was like Matt Letizia a little bit. I'm like, well, Matt Letizia is one of the greatest players to play at Premier League. Obviously, he didn't win any trophy, but I kept thinking to myself, I've won what I needed to win. Like there were one season, I think we won. If you count tournaments as well, we won 6 trophies in 1 season. And I just thought, I've won up trophies. I've scored these goals, etc. And and this is mad because I'm 10-year-old, but it's still football. It doesn't matter what age you are, you know. And I kept thinking, I've done what I need to do. I love it. It's a local club, etc. I've had some great days, but is it time to go? And all my mates were going to this team, and I kept thinking, I don't want to leave. But then I kept thinking, I've got to go. I've got to try it. I've got to try it. And then, like I'm using an example up here, I just thought, you know what? What more can I do here? This team now is sliding. We're losing players left, right, and centre. We're not. Our nickname were top bananas. We're not that no more. We're not that team no more who used to beat teams, even beating teams like 9-0 at half time sometimes. And I decided, right, I'm going to follow suit. And I went to this team where all my mates are, and I'm not joking, people. at first I thought this is professional. This is like, again, I knew who they were. I knew this. I knew the people, etc. But there were tracksuits like set for us, and you felt like you were like a young professional club, and had tracksuits. And then I couldn't get a team. I could not get in the team because, as I knew anyway, I thought, God, got some competition here. I've got like, I know that guy. I know that guy. He's here, and I'm thinking, shit, they're taller than me now. They're more thicker setter than me. And I just kept saying to myself, but I had the decency, people, to own up. And I kept saying to myself, Rich, you was the best striker to play in the league for 4 years. You top scorer every single year, by far the top scorer in your own team. Your time's done, pal. Your time's done. You're on the bench again. You're just a shadow now. And this is what I'm getting at, people. I know I'm babbling a bit, but I'm just trying to make a good example. I had to swallow my pride, and I kept saying to myself, looking round, thinking, I'm not used to this. I never were on bench, never. If I were on bench, it because they were resting me or something. Do you know what I mean? We had a set team, and I just kept thinking, I'm done. I'm looking round, thinking, it kind of like has an effect on you, thinking, that you're looking round and you're saying to yourself, that guy where you're looking round and you're the one, the main focal point, where you're putting the ball in net, and everyone's saying how many's Rich scored today? He's got 4. You know what I mean? And 8 I scored in one game. That was my most. And it were horrible feeling because I thought, I don't want to swallow my pride. I don't want to admit it. But then I kept saying to myself, it's time to face reality, Rich pal. Look around. They're taller than you, mate. They're thicker setted. I were a midget and I was skinny like a McDonald's chip. It's time to call it a day. And it hurt. It literally hurt. It upset me because I thought, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. Do you know what I mean? I was through on goal once and I came on as a substitute, and it probably mental effect because I were on bench. And I threw on goal and I hit it wide. I hit it wide, mate. And I'm like, 2 years ago, I'd have took it right keeper and made fun of him. And I'm just saying, it's just like any human in any walks of life, you know when your time's done. And you know. And then I decided, I just said to my parents, I don't want to go there no more. What do you mean you don't want to go? It's a good club. You look, you got all. I says, I just feel a lost part. My time's done, Dad. I just remember telling it to my dad. I said, my time's done, mate. I'm not good enough no more. I'm not good enough. I'm not the striker I was. I'm not as tall as others. I'm not thick-setted. Yes, if ball goes in box, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to put it back at net. But I'm on bench. I'm on bench again. These players are ripping it up, and that ripped people. That's when I decided it's time to call it a day. And then I remember in pre-season, my mates were like, come and have a friendly with us, Rich. My club where I started, have a friendly with us. And I went there, turned up on day, and it were like, fucking hell. It was like a testimonial, like, am I really back in this shirt? Am I like, is it happening? And it were pre-season friendly, and I think I scored a goal from about, God, one of my best goals and all. About 35 yard out. I was just further away from halfway line, about 10 yard away from it, towards net, obviously. And I just chipped keeper, and I thought, but then I just didn't carry on. I was like, I'm done. And they're like, you're going to sign again, Rich? You're going to sign? I'm like, no, it's not for me no more, guys. And I'm just saying, I know I've babbled on, but I know when to walk away. With Arteta, he won't do that. Pep will do that. So it just shows people, some people have got the decency to say, I've done enough, walk away. But Arteta and that, the way how stubborn he is, he can't do that. He just can't, it's just not in him to do it. Right, I'm going to read everybody else's comments. I do apologise for waffling, baffling, and feeding you with all my old football days. But sometimes, people, I freaking love it. I love it. And I like building scenarios from it as well and relating to what's, like in the day, the here and now. Where's this gone? Let me just make sure I don't miss anyone's comment. Life, well, 74. Scott Kirk, 7 a.m. kickoff for me. Big up to you, Scott. Honestly, mate, massive respect to these Arsenal fans all over the world. I have got so much respect. Um, Claire loves Elise. Oops, loud, loud. Sorry, 79. It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about that. But nine's my favourite number, as you can probably see with my channel name. Scott Kirk, I played the Bergkamp striker role. Obviously not as good though. Well, that's good, mate. Scott, that's good. That is really good. The Dennis Bergkamp, oh God, the greatest player to play ever play in Premier League. And big up to you, mate. The number 10. That's how well, I mean, Dennis Bergkamp, just call him a genius. Greatest player to play at Premier League, if you ask me. That's not being biased because I'm not one of these little wet wipes. Oh, David Raya, best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah. Calafiore just started half decent this season. Yeah, he's best left back in the world now. I'm not like one of them wet wipes, mate, these obsessed Arteta fans. But Bergkamp was the best footballer to ever play in Premier League, if you ask me. Claire loves Elise. At least you get to have your breakfast while watching Arsenal. Exactly. I know, it's mad, isn't it, Claire? Like, when you just think of what time these guys are watching it, and massive respect to them. Scott, Kurt, Loud, Matt Bowman. Do you eat breakfast at all, Rich? Yeah, sometimes I do, Matt. I can go downstairs now and have chicken and rice for my breakfast. No problem. But I've been up all night. I've been up most of the night. I work nights and I'm off for like another 3 days. I think it is. Yeah, another 3 days. So I'm in a night routine. Like I might sleep last night at 7 o'clock till 9:30. Do you know what I mean? So I work nights and it's 4 nights a week every week. I'm off for a little bit and it's all rotational. So my sleep is all over the place and it shouldn't be because it's bad for you. One thing I will say, don't mess up on your sleep if you're younger. It's something I regret massively, massively. And I still can't grasp it. I've never been able to. Like I can sleep 3 hours and like wake up and think, yeah, I'm all right. But internally, it's not good, man. It's not. Where are we? Scott Kirk played amateur football till age of 33, and then snap my Achilles, game over. Never been able to play again. No. I mean, Achilles is 20 times worse than what I did. All I did, Scott, my guy, was broke the bone what joins up from the ankle to the foot. I was on crutches though for about 2.5 weeks, but I kept leaning on my right ankle and thinking, that's not right. I can still feel that. That hurts when I'm leaning on it, like not like hurt like a baby where where you're squeamish and you're moaning up. But I thought I can feel pressure on that. When I was putting pressure on it on purpose, I could feel it. I thought that shouldn't be right after 2 weeks. And I do believe, looking back, that the doctor, at hospital, he took my pot off too early. I really do believe that. I always say that. Claire loves Elise. I play as a left winger. Nice one. Nice one, Claire. I didn't know. That's great, man. This is what I mean. It's brilliant to. I literally wanted to come on here for about 45 minutes, talk about Carabao Cup, which I have, talk about Brighton, which I have, talk about Liverpool, which I have, and then do my normal rant about this stubborn, smug prick Arteta. And here I am, 2 hour and 19 minutes, because it's brilliant when new people join chat. It's great when fans from all of the clubs jump in chat as well. And like Claire, telling us he's left winger, Scott with his football / Dennis Bergkamp. Brilliant. It's brilliant. And please do go and subscribe to Matt Bowman as well, people. He's really knocking these shorts out now, and he's going to touch 20 subscribers this week. I am very confident, very. And he talks about Liverpool, all other clubs as well. I need to watch that Arsenal one as well, but I will watch that. Where are we? Nice. That is clear. A left winger. You still play? I think you do with what you just said. Matt Bowman Simone has been Atletico Madrid now for 12. And I said the other day, chat, I bet it's got to be at least 10 years, 11 years. And I'm sure he's got to be ready for a change, surely. We did now for 12 years or something. Makes you wonder why he has been there for so long. He could be a target for Arsenal. Yeah, and Andre Berta worked with him since 2013. And obviously Nelson Vivas, which some people might not remember, the ex-Arsenal left-back / used to play midfield sometimes, Argentina player, is Simone's assistant. And Nelson Vivas is from the JVC era, I think. I think it was JVC when he was there. I think about 97. Nelson Vivas were at Arsenal. I'm sure it was around 97, 98. I think it was double with double. I don't know it double year. I can't remember if he were there. I can picture him in a JVC shirt. We had a really white collar. That's all I can. I think it. I think he was. Um, but Diego Simeone, Matt, he's on a absolute massive wage. I don't know if people understand. He gets. I think he's on about 18 million. Yeah, I think he gets more than Arteta. Scott Kirk, I had a trial for Forest when was at score, but did not get in. Scott Kirk, big up to you, my guy. Nice one. Nice one. Nottingham Forest. Worry about them. Well, I don't, but I would be worried for Forest fans. I really, really would be worried if you're a Forest fan with Forest because you've got Ange and he's just going to open you up massively. Pause on the open them up, pause on the open you up bit, but he's going to keep you playing opened up. That's where I'll go with that. And when he got Milinkovic and Morello at back, who were brick walls, fantastic defenders in sync with each other, I think they're going to find it like really struggle in this season. I really do. Claire Loves Elise, my friend had 2 tries with Fulham. I'm not good like her, though. Well, you're still playing, Claire, and you're left wing. So big yourself up, big yourself up. Well done to your friend as well. Matt Bowman, I could have supported the Leeds, but I was born in Pontefract, if you know where that is, Rich. No idea, my guy. No local teams really. So being a Liverpool fan, I'm miles away. I don't like to discuss like where I'm from, etc. But I'm miles away from Arsenal. But I've supported Arsenal since I was 5, and how it came about, I was just hanging around with a friend, and I remember swapping Ultimate Warrior, the WWF as it was called then, WWF wrestling figure with him, and he came to my house and he mentioned Arsenal, and from that day it stuck. Probably 5 going on for 6. I was that rate. Arsenal on my team. Kind of first memory was the Coca-Cola Cup final against Chef Wednesday over 2 legs. I remember a Saturday afternoon when the first leg was on, and I was having to get a suit for a cousin's wedding. I remember. Real Saragossa, Naheem scoring that way, chips it over David Seaman's head. That I still see that last minute and all on a school night. I went to school like a crying little baby next day. Scott Kirk, yes, mate. I was gutted when could not play. Absolutely, it really does get you. Leave football before it leaves you. Great words, Scott. 100%. Going to fly 52. He's getting 15 million. No way will he walk away. Scott Kirk, I'm from Lincolnshire, but been in New Zealand 24 years now. Yeah, I remember you saying that. New Zealand, what a place. What a place. Going to fly 52. I agree Rich Bergkamp was the best on and off the pitch, a true professional. Imagine if Bergkamp flew people. Imagine. He wouldn't do it, would he? He said it. He don't like flying, and he never ever changed it. So I respect that. He would never fly. Scott Kirk, what John Hartson said about Dennis Bergkamp was perfect. Yeah, John Hartson got to play with him. I bet he were buzzing, John Hartson. And John Hartson actually signed from Luton. Can anyone tell me, without checking Google, and I have no chance of knowing if you've checked it, but can anyone tell me the other player who Arsenal have signed from Luton? John Hartson's one. Scott Kirk, I remember Nelson Vivas. Yeah. Scott Kirk, Gilles Gramondi was underrated. He was. Scott Kirk, Gilles Gramondi was one of those players where you will say, just run around and he would put a shift in. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't great at defence. He wasn't great in midfield, but he would put a shift in for you and play for that badge all the time. Gilles Gramondi was like an unsung hero at times. It would be a baller. Do you know what I mean? He would go to trenches for you. And he became Arsenal scout. He became an Arsenal French scout. I think when later on, obviously when he'd left, I think he became a scout for Arsenal for a bit. But yeah, can anyone tell me who the other player is Arsenal signed from Luton? John Hartson's one. I nearly said it then. That would have been absolutely butchered it then. John Hartson's one. Who's the other? But you're going to look on Google, or you might know. That's the only thing. How can I? It's probably not even any point me asking you. Robert Prudence and Arteta's hashtag to Gabriel Heinze is Argentinian Berta laying the ground. Good thinking. Yes, he is. Good thinking on that. And you know what, Robert, my guy, Gabriel Heinze was really not really good, but he was okay for Man United. It was okay for Real Madrid, and apparently he just came from the New Old Boys club where Messi started his career. That's a good point. That's a good point. Is there some ties there? Do you know what I mean? Is there some ties with that Berta? You know, slowly. Hopefully, I just keep wishful thinking. I do. I want Berta to fall out with Arteta so bad. I am going to get this to about 2 hours and 45 minutes, people, and then I'm going to just bail out and wrap up. So if you can, please do smash those likes as well and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Scott Kirk, I bet you had the Panani stick books too. I remember sticker album, and you're like, "Oh, mate, will you swap me this? I need this to complete my book." Or when you open your sticker pack and you'd be like, "Oh, I've got a shiny there." Wow, you know what I mean? It were mad, and you walk around school, massive swap pile. And I remember teachers, because you'd be like that on the table. You swap you that, and sometimes they take the fucking stickers off you. You can have them back at end of class. No, miss, or sir, I need them. You don't need them while you're in school to the end of the. No, I need them. I desperately need them. And obviously, they won't give them you, and you needed them to be at dinner time to swap to complete your fucking book. You'd be like, shit, that player, that guy, or you know, he's got that sticker. I need to complete my book, or it makes me 5 away from completing my book. And next minute, at dinner time, you hadn't even got your stickers, and he goes and swaps it with someone else. And then you think, fuck. It were crazy, some of the stuff we used to do at school. Um, they were Merlin. They were Merlin, I think, Scott. I didn't do the Panini. I think mine were Merlin in 90s sticker book. Um, Scott Kirk, don't mention that chip. Don't mention that chip. I know. Nîmes, Real Saragossa. School night and all week night. Oh, God. That was bad, man. Going to fly H2. Bergkamp wouldn't fly because his friend died in a plane crash. Yeah, I really do respect it. I really do. What a footballer, mate. What a foot. And he could bite. Dennis could stick booting. He had a nasty streak to him, let me tell you. And it's funny because Ian Wright seen him when he signed for Arsenal. And he's like, pulled up at petrol station. And Dennis apparently took all space up in pump parking space to fill up. And like Wright, he's like, what the who's this guy? And like he took all because obviously it's new to him. And apparently Dennis gets out at car or something. And then Wright is like, Dennis. And then because I think he'd heard about him, and then I think obviously there was Dennis was quiet in his own way, and Wrighty would just live wire. Blair loves Elise. I've only seen a few reserve Arsenal matches, and I haven't seen the first team yet. I hope you get to see that, Claire. I hope you get to see. Robert Prudence, I thought you were going to say who came in with him. Chris Kawamia. I've met that guy. No, he came from Ipswich. Chris Kawamia, I think. I think he did come from Ipswich, Chris Kawamia. Scott Kirk, Mick. Scott Kirk, I predict Big Gabby will spend his career at Arsenal. Really? You think so? You think so, Scott? I don't know about that, mate. That's a bold move. I don't know, you know. Claire loves Elise. I won't look on Google, but I also don't know. This is it. This is when you do this, you think people are going to look on Google. Or they might know. Going to Fly 52. I've still got my sticker album. Wow. I used to look at it for stats where our tall players were, and if they had the same birthday as me. I think Nigel Spackman for Aston Villa, goalkeeper. I think he's got the same birthday as me. And there was a couple of more and all. Scott Kirk, they be worth heaps. Yeah, they would. They would. Like those shinies in that, Scott. They might be worth like 50 quid a sticker. Going to Fly 52. Facts Rich. That's one of the main reasons I love Bergkamp. He loved putting one in on other yeah, but you wouldn't guess it. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't come across like, look at him. He's got that ruthless, that Roy Keane kind of streak, that nasty face. Not with Dennis Bergkamp. He was calm. He went about his business in a very professional manner, but he would hit you. He would kick you. And oh man, I mean, do you know what? Do you know what, Gunner for life? And do you know what, chat? Imagine if Dennis Bergkamp ripped into Arsenal and ripped into Arteta. How dare these wankers, little wet wipes like Rory, even have the audacity to question anything that guy says? Imagine if Dennis Bergkamp says something. But I love it when I see Petit, Adams, Omri, now Freddie Lundberg ripping into it. I love it. I love to see it. Call it out. They are what's made Arsenal great over the years. They can say what the fuck they want because they've got every right to. They've been there and done it. And I love it with Petit and all, because this guy, and I like mentioning this, is something what I like about saying about this. Emmanuel Petit signed from Monaco in 1997, as well as Mark Overmars in 1997, signed from Ajax, and both left Arsenal in just 3 years, and both went to Barcelona as a double deal. Mark Overmars and Petit are absolute legends at Arsenal Football Club. Legends at football club. But then you get all these little pricks, these obsessed Arteta fans. What's he done? Why ain't he still play? He's not even a manager. He can't say this. He can't say that. They're an embarrassment to Arsenal Football Club, these people. Honestly. Petit and Overmars are legends at this football club. Mark Overmars, to me, is one of the best left wingers I've seen in Premier League ever. And Emmanuel Petit is one of the best midfielders I've seen in Premier League. And they only were here for 3 years. They're legends, mate. Absolute legends. They're absolute legends in 3 years. And then a little example, Theo Walcott, since signing in 06, I think spent 12 years at Arsenal, I think it was. And all we kept saying is, just wait next season for Theo. Just wait next season for Theo. This will be his season. And all we kept doing is saying that, waiting. Now, I know he scored over 100 goals for Arsenal. I get that. But it's just an example. He was at Arsenal for 12 years. And he never become the Theo. We always kept saying, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. It never happened. Do you know what I mean? So that's just an example. At Standards, we used to sign players. We're like when Steve Rowley was head chief scout, etc. And yes, obviously now we've got some very, very good players. We really have. But it's based on just like these legends can say what the fuck they want. They can say what the hell they want. They are why Arsenal have been successful over the years, and especially Mr. Tony Adams, 669 appearances, second to David O'Leary, 48 goals, 4 Premier League titles. Adams can say what the hell he wants, people. But imagine, like I've just said, imagine if Dennis Bergkamp pops up and says something. Imagine. Where are we? Darkside Gunner. They think Arteta is some great manager. Yeah, they do, Darkside. Go and subscribe to Darkside Gunner, people, if you already haven't. I am going to do, people. 6 more minutes, and I am wrapping up. This was meant to be 45 minutes. I've talked about Arsenal, which is always going to happen because it's your club. Ruthless Brighton. To me, Brighton's got one of the best scouting networks around. This, if anyone gets a chance, go and look at Diego Gomez's 4 goals. This guy's come from Inter Miami for around 11 million in January last year. This year, sorry. Get ready, because already he's going to be like 60, 70 million, probably by halfway through this season. How do they keep finding these players? You know what I mean? Potter goes, De Zerbi comes in, never folded, never folded. They sell White, they sell Byrne, they sell Casado, Cucurella. It doesn't matter who Brighton sell, they never ever capitulate and fold at all. Massive credit to him. Tony Bloom, owner, massive credit to Brighton. Honestly, massive, massive credit. And Isak gets his first Liverpool goal, people. And that could be bad news for other teams, because then that means he might be like, yeah, it's time to click. It's time to really go now and push on. And he could just start, he could go on and Madden. He could score in 6 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? And this is where I keep saying, Liverpool hadn't even got going. They hadn't even clicked, and they hadn't lost a match. They hadn't lost a match. I know they're just losing. Sorry, I know they're just winning by small margins, but they hadn't lost one game, mate. They hadn't lost one game in any competition because Arne Slot's installed that winning mentality, that lion mentality of we will not lose. And also Robertson, Alisson, Salah, they've done it with Klopp, and they've done it already with Slot. So it's going to be they're going to be. I mean, I got it wrong. I said Man City would win league just because I thought they'd be so pissed off. I honestly thought they'd be so pissed off. And what Barrick said, the owner slash chairman, CEO, etc., because he's got loads of titles to his name. He said, we will not make that same mistake on that two-part interview, which was really, really good, by the way. He says, we ain't making that same mistake no more. And he meant when they mentioned the local reporter, and he said, so based on that, obviously City of it years, what he says, that's history. He says, next season, that's the future. And he says, what? Like, with all the trophies what you've won, and you want more? He says, yeah, next season's the future. And I just thought, that's what you want to hear from your owner. That is what you want to hear. That full on ambition to really get it right. And it were amazing to hear. It really was. But they have messed up because I'm shocked they didn't sign a Kyle Walker replacement. I really am. That has shocked me. Now they're trialing Kushanoff there, the ex-Lens centre back in Liga, who was signed in January. He's playing there now. Nunes was playing there last season. Who, by the way, is originally centre midfield when he was at Wolves. So I'm shocked Pep's doing that. Yes, they brought Donnarumma in, which has gave him a big lift. And left back, O'Reilly, which he looks quite comfortable, but I'm shocked. I'm shocked they've not gone and made sure that defence is sorted. And at centre back, I don't see no world class centre back no more at Man City. There's no Diaz of 2 years ago. No chance. No chance. So I think they'll finish second now, but I got it wrong because I said they'll win league. But to me, I mean, I know people all just think, you can't say it's only September. Please don't think of the month. Look at the points tally. I think Liverpool's won league already, and I think Man City will come second. I honestly do. And I think Arsenal will finish third. And I think once Newcastle get going, because of the defence, and if they start clicking with the attack, which they did last season, like Eddie Howe gets a tune out of Murphy, etc. Even Harvey Barnes came into team back end of last season and kept Gordon out of team. And Newcastle are quite good in defence with Sven Botman, Phil, the new centre back from AC Milan. They've got Shaw, and they've got a fantastic trio in midfield. To me, that was the best trio in Premier League last season with Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, and Joe Linton. I think Newcastle will finish fourth, and it's then between, I think, Tottenham and Chelsea. But both of them are so stacked in attack. Like Chelsea's got so many attacking options, and so has Tottenham. But going back in defence and in midfield, I don't see I don't see strength as much. Chelsea's stronger in midfield, I think, and I think Tottenham might be a bit stronger with Van der Veen and Romero. But I just think they've left gaps. I think Chelsea's focused all their money on attacking signings. I really do. They didn't need Garnacho. Anyone can agree with that, surely. Chelsea didn't need to sign Garnacho. Really didn't. So I am going to wrap up in a minute, people. Thank you very much, people. Been a great chat to say I meant to do 45 minutes. New people jumped in chat. We're clear, etc. Loves Elise. Great to hear from you, Claire. Some great points, and it's just been a good chat. People obviously spitting facts again, and yeah, man, it's really good. It's really good to have new people in chat and getting people who support different fans support different clubs. Crypto, Liverpool guy, he jumped in earlier on. And if you can, people, just keep smashing the likes up, help build the channel, and do subscribe if you're new as well. Later on, I might do a bit of pre-match Arsenal Port Vale. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to wrap up. Gunner for Life 82. Where are we? Gonna fly for it too. Did anyone else sorry, did anyone else notice that Pep got the goal, got the goal, sat back, then tried to park the bus, took off his attackers? It's same pattern that Arteta is doing. He is literally still 100%. Absolutely. 100% gonna fly for it too. Yeah, Pep, he thought, right, let's just, you know what I mean? Because he knew Pep thought, we can't draw this. We've got to take all 3 points. Because I think Man City's league title has been washed now. I think Liverpool's brushed them away first. I really do. So he just thought, right, let's do something different. He took a risk and it literally paid off, literally touching distance to paying off. And he thought, right, we have to take all 3 points. We're winning. We're still winning. Right to end the game and go all defensively. John Stoke, come on, you know, I can not remember now who came on. I think who came on. Ake, I think he went first to come on, and he just went all defensive. He went Nico Gonzalez, ex Barcelona man, who was signed from Porto in January. He came on, and they were literally closing up. They were literally shutting the shop up, and then Arteta thought, that's what I do. He does gonna fly. He copies everything Pep does. He wants to do it. Like he wanted to win league. We like playing without a striker because then he can say, "Well, Pep won league kind of with David Silva playing as like a shadow striker." Arteta, yeah, I can do that. I can do that with Kai Havertz. Just fuck off. Do you know what I mean? The more things you think of this manager, you just think, how many more problems is he bringing to this football club? There's so many. There's so many. And it ain't made up no more. Well, we don't make it up anyway. It's actually facts. He is bringing so many problems to this club. Claire loves Elise. Have a nice day, everybody. And you, Claire. Have a nice day, everybody in the chat. Please do take care and enjoy the day and whatever time it is, wherever you are, all over the world. And Arsenal tonight, Port Vale. I just want the game done. I want the game over by half time. I really do. Going to fly 52. Great stream, Rich. Thanks for your time and the community. Thank you very much, everybody. And bless up to everybody who's joining the chat. Much appreciated. Been really good. Non-stop conversation. Me babbling a lot about my footballing days. But sometimes I do it, people. I kind of like build a scenario with what we're relating to where you say, you walk away, your time's done. You've took it as far as you can. Stay safe, everybody.